Good morning and welcome back to another episode of Enter the Nerdom in less than an hour. Aircraft from here will join others from around the world. You will be launching the largest aerial battle in the history of mankind. Mankind. That word should have new meaning for all of us today. We can't be consumed by our petty differences anymore. Right? Am I right, guys? We will be united in our common interest. Perhaps it's fate that today, well, yesterday, was the 4th of July. And you will once again, or did already, fight the persecution, but from annihilation. Let's paraphrase this here. American holiday, we will not go quietly into the night. In one voice, we will... oh, shit, I fucked that up. Never mind. Welcome back to another episode of Enter the Nerdom, folks. That was unneeded. I didn't need the cheers. I didn't... I
kind of feel you did.
Cheers were implied.
I was getting pumped up, and then...
They were implied. They're always cheering for me. Okay?
Thank you, Chad, for that stirring commentary on
American politics,
American exceptionalism. As you open a delicious can of Coke
nothing
Zero.
more American than a nice can of Coca-Cola. Oh, the bubbles,
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
As Chad said, this is a new episode of Enter the Nerdom.
Yes, it is.
Recording on the 5th of July.
5th of July.
Yes, yesterday was our Independence Day. How did you guys spend Independence Day?
I was at a barbecue birthday, and
right.
I ate a lot of burgers. Not many hot dogs, but I had some burgers. I played some games in the yard, rolled around in some, dirt.
You rolled around in dirt?
Yeah, I rolled around in the dirt. I think, I'm not sure if all of it was dirt, but...
Probably wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. But
I was there at that same party, barbecue, and I don't recall you rolling on dirt.
You didn't hear me squealing like a pig?
Oh, that's what that was.
I
thought we had wild boars back there.
Yeah, you never know what you'll find in your backyard sometimes, especially
my
on Independence
backyard.
Day. Well, yeah, your backyard.
There's no pigs back there.
You never know.
Well, I do know.
Sometimes they show up when there's food. You know what I mean? Jeez, my headphones fell.
That's his headphones. Yes, Watson, how was your 4th of July?
I did what I do every year, which of course is sacrifice to the ghost of Benedict Arnold. That's right, motherfuckers. England's coming back. Happy 250, assholes.
He's still mad that the colonies were broken away.
Yeah, you liked our king show up in the middle of the year and so give you a little spanking, like they did. Little Charles, they gave a little spanking to Congress.
Spank?
Give a little spanking.
Out of protest, I didn't have any tea yesterday, so I was just like...
I drank it all, bitches.
I know you did.
Oh,
some of the hard
drowning it. I was like, nom, 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 nom. Earl Grey all over my face,
I threw all my tea bags on the toilet and flushed them down.
And now your toilet is clogged up.
Yeah. Yes, it is. It is.
Strange enough, just kept using it.
I mean, sometimes you gotta.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what America's all about. When it's broken, we keep using it, and never complain. We never complain.
So one of the weirdest, most disgusting stories I ever heard in the Army, and this actually happened. I know people. This isn't an urban legend. I know people who saw it. There was this guy in one of my units in Germany, and his toilet stopped working, and just kept using it. Like, it wouldn't flush, and he just kept using it. And eventually, he started just going to plastic bags and, like, setting them around the toilet. I mean, so just... and this is in the barracks. So this is like,
Oh, man. Yeah. I thought this was going to turn into a ghost story. I was like, oh, man.
And they called him the Chupacabra.
Well, no, the
brown bomber.
The poltergeist, the
poopergeist?
The poopergeist or something like that.
He would smear shit on the walls?
Well, no. He would just make you constantly wipe. Like, you never-ending wipe.
Oh, that's sad. Ooh, that's a rash.
Yeah.
But anyway, he is... this guy's sergeant eventually showed up to do a room inspection, saw it, and flipped the fuck out. Yeah, it was... Yeah. And, when I got to the unit, they would point out to me, like, that's him. That's the guy right there. And I'd be like, oh, God.
You could say that guy was a real shitbag.
Was he trying to get like a mental leave or something?
I think there was something going on with him. Like, there was some type of
trying to
mental something going on with him. Yeah. It's just, but that was a legend. It happened before I got to the unit, but when I got there, they told me the story of this guy, and I was like, "Are you serious?" And they pointed him out, like, "There he goes. That's him. That's right there, right there." I was like, "Oh God."
I mean, we had I think it was high school or middle school. I forget where, but we had no one called him this, but I called him this because there was just 2 instances of like on the stairwell of our school, like going from the second or first floor, there was like a turd. Just somebody just dropped one right in the stairwell.
We call those the phantom shitters.
Well, no, but then at a later time, there was in our school's library. I guess like he went in the back and he like took one into a book and he closed it and put it back in the shelf.
What?
Yeah, and no one ever caught the guy. I just called him the mad. I call him the mad pooper.
The mad pooper too. In the army,
you call it the best of times. It was the turd of times.
And I tried to get the school newspaper to write about it, but they were just not interested. So
they're like, no, it's too big of a story.
Too big. I mean,
can't.
He's the son of a millionaire. We can't.
They're protecting him.
He's protected.
This was the original plot for Spotlight, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, we call him the phantom shitter in the army.
Oh.
Anybody who takes a dump somewhere, like it was very popular in Iraq and Afghanistan to take a dump in the showers. So you walk in there and there's I don't know. And then one time a guy took a dump on a piece of paper and then put it on top of the water heater in the showers. You walk in the trailer and there's a turd on the top of the water heater, and you're like,
he would have. If I had control of the military at that time, I would have had him in the brig, and he would have been there for like 5 years, and then
you got to catch him first. We didn't know who this guy was.
I would put all of them through heavy interrogation, and then I would place what he put there in front of each of those soldiers. Like, which one of you did this? Which one of you did this? DNA.
Take the DNA from it.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I have another story related to that. I was military police in the army, so one time we got a call. I was on duty. I got a call that this lady had taken a dump by a tree, like right across from the playground, because this was in the housing in Germany. So every like housing area, some of them have like playgrounds in the center of them, the tall buildings. So I show up to the apartment building and like, yep, sure shit, there's a dookie by a tree, and the lady comes out and she's like, this lady came out. I've seen her around. I don't know her that well, but she's one of the residents here. She was a dependent, one of the spouses. And yeah, she just like squatted by the tree and took a dump. And I was like, okay. So as we're talking, this lady like walks out, and the woman who called me was like, that's her right there. So I was like, okay, I go talk to her. And I'm like, and my 2 friends, Pizzola and Silva, who had just gotten off duty, like I replaced, my shift replaced theirs. They had also heard it on the radio before they left, and they just happened to live in the same apartment building. So as I'm talking, I go up to this lady. I'm like, excuse me, ma'am, I need to speak to you about something happened. I can see them in the background. They had just gotten home, and they're like looking at me like they're going like, they're throwing their arms up like, what's up? Is that her? Is that her? Like, and so I'm trying my hardest not to laugh, because like her back is to them, and I can see them in the background.
You're trying to be professional. And
I'm trying to be professional, like, excuse me, ma'am. I'm trying I'm hardest not to laugh because I can see them like, what's going on? What's up? And so I talked to her and I'm like, this lady called and said that you squatted by the tree and took a dump right there, and like, yes, they're defecated and there is feces there. She's like, ha. No, that wasn't me. Just like that. And I was like, oh, she did. Yeah, she did. I was like, she's like, come on, that's so ridiculous. Why would I do that? And I was like, well, that's what we're trying to figure out. Like, you can't. It's public indecency, exposure. You can't do that. She's like, oh, come on. I'm thinking like, yeah, she fucking did it. But aside from getting an actual like confession, there's nothing I was like, well,
we had a witness,
right? So I call back to the station and I'm like, trying to like keep my composure. Like, this is so stupid. Like, and so I'm talking to the desk sergeant who's in charge of the shift, and she's like, there's not much we can do. If she's not admitting to it, just go ahead and just tell her like, don't do that again. Or we're gonna have to come out, but just clear a scene, which means just leave. So I'm like, okay, well, if it was you, like, you're not admitting to it, but if it was, you can't. We're gonna have to ticket you next time. If she's like, oh, okay, fine, and she like goes back and so the lady had called me. I was like, there's nothing I can do. It's like, we can't unless she gives a confession, and this isn't something that we can dedicate time, resources to. And she's like, and the lady was like pissed, like, are you serious? Are you? And I was like, I can't. So I was like, I have to take your statement. She's like, I called off work for this. And I was like, I don't know. And she's like, can't you just like take DNA from it? And I'm like, again, I'm trying my hardest not to laugh. I'm like, I was like, yeah, no.
Our best detective.
Yeah,
it's Columbo.
We got our best detective on it. Yes,
Crap.
The Army's gonna pay for a DNA test. It's incredibly expensive. For some lady, it's a good deuce, but like, yes. So I'm like, no, man, we don't have those kind of resources. Are you serious? She's like flipping out, and I was like, there's not much we can do. If she does it again, just call us, and we'll try to get a picture of her or something. And
we've been staking her out.
Exactly. Like what? It's weird, but there's not much.
3-week program.
Yeah, like the PMO, the Provost Marshal's office, which is the MP station we reported to. Like which is separate from us. We just work for them.
Right.
We're in a different unit, but they're in charge of like the actual law enforcement of the base. They just didn't want anything to do with it. They're just
right.
like,
we got bigger fish to fry.
Exactly. They're like, we can't dedicate resources to this. Like, just clear a scene and get out of there. And she was pissed. That lady that called me. I was like, oh, sorry, there's not much I can. It's not up to me. I was like, I'm just a patrol supervisor, but I'm not the desk. I can't. I don't make decisions like that. So she was pissed, and I was like, well, I get it, but
she should have just put like posters all around the base or the town or whatever,
the housing area,
and then just promote it like, have you seen this woman, and like give it a blurry picture, but it makes it look like the actual woman who did it, and then that lady would be embarrassed and not do it again.
Yeah, she gets high on it, man. She's going home.
I think so, dude. And I thought maybe she was drunk or something.
I got away with it again.
Yep. I thought maybe she was drunk or something. But
serial pooper.
I did not smell any breath. I didn't smell any alcohol on her breath. She seemed lucid.
Maybe she just hates that other lady.
I think so.
She smelled poop in her
I think
butt.
that's what it was. Yeah.
So they should just have a few. Let them. Like you get a call at like, no, I'm gonna let him fight it out. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And then you get called. Then
you bring the sniffer dogs out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Dependents would fight each other all the time, dude. I had to respond to a case where an Xbox got thrown out of the fifth-story window. Because one kid borrowed it, and then he didn't want to give it back, so he threw it out the window. So I show up, and there's just a smashed Xbox on the pavement.
What did the Xbox do to you?
I know.
I would have immediately arrested the kid who threw the Xbox out the window. Like, you're sorry.
Hard time.
You're done. You're done.
Smashed his Xbox to shit. I was like, damn, that's sad. I feel like cordon off the area.
Yeah, exactly. Forensic pictures.
Yeah. It's sad, dude. It's a sad day.
I love
back and to the left, back and to the left.
I love that the first segment of this episode is going to be labeled Dookie Talk.
Shit stories.
And it's just going to be that. So people feel free to skip this part.
Did you open that book that dude took a deuce in?
No. I only heard about it.
How awesome would that have been for somebody to...
Probably not that great, because then I would be afraid that I would have been accused of doing it, because, if you have it in your possession, it's like, what were you doing with this book? And I was like, I was doing research for my essay on...
Smelt it.
You must have dealt it.
You must have dealt it.
Exactly.
Those are the rules.
That's the rule.
That's the rule. Anyway, enough for Dookie stories. A movie that is definitely not shit, let's get into our first one, is Supergirl.
Oh,
I thought you were going to say something
I was wondering where that was leading.
Yeah.
Was I being sarcastic?
I can't tell. I mean,
exactly.
I know you've been talking about Supergirl for the past week. You're like, oh my god, I gotta go see it again.
I didn't. No, that's definitely not happened.
How many times did you go see it in theaters, and which format?
I saw it one time, and that was enough for me.
Did you IMAX or?
It was just regular. I think it was just regular laser at AMC. Yeah.
You were like, I don't want to miss any part of this. I'm not going to go to the bathroom.
I held it. I was like,
I can't miss a scene.
I probably damaged my organ. Fucking not going to the bathroom for this movie.
You're in kidney failure, right? As we speak.
Exactly. Yeah.
Full dialysis over Supergirl.
Yeah, I definitely pushed the limits of my bladder because I want to see this movie. I'm going to catch every second of it. Supergirl.
Yep.
Yeah,
it happened.
It happened.
It was
it's
done.
A film.
It was made.
This is a film that is directed.
Out there.
It's a film that is directed by Craig Gillespie. It's starring Millie Alcock. I mean, Jason Momoa was in it, apparently.
He was.
Yeah.
He was in it.
Lobo's in it, apparently.
Makes a cameo.
Yeah, makes a cameo. What'd you guys think, dude? Yeah, Watson, start with you.
Okay.
Because you actually read the Supergirl. I haven't read this yet because it's based off
I have
this
the comic book right here in front of me.
Yeah, it's based off Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. I haven't read it yet. You're the only one of us that's read it.
Yeah.
I've read the synopsis of it.
So okay.
This is an amazing book.
That's not reading it. Synopsis.
It's
like a cliff
there have been years of school where I read the what was the
Cliff Notes?
Cliff Note books.
You don't even remember that?
No.
Oh my god.
Yeah. No, because
we all cheated that way.
Anyway, that's the Wikipedia of the day.
yeah, I read the Wikipedia synopsis of the book.
So Watson is the only one that's actually read the entire book. Tell us, Watson.
So this is
and
put
tell
out
us
by
the
Tom King.
comparison between the book and the comic.
Man,
Yeah.
so here's the thing. The book is phenomenal, right? It's Tom King doing basically true grit in space.
Yeah.
Right? So you've got, Supergirl is kind of this hardened version of her. It's she's going to these planets with red suns to drink to kind of forget her troubles, and she's constantly being reminded, like, all these planets. Here's the thing, in the comic book, this is kind of set in modern day time, so it's like Supergirl, like, the cosmos knows who Superman is, so she's constantly reminded because she's wearing the crest, and everyone's like, Superman, he's awesome. And she's kind of like been forgotten, right? Like, she doesn't really have a lot of like things for her own, so she's kind of in the shadow. Yeah, thank you. And so it's her just getting drunk and trying to forget about that, and trying to forget about, like, also this comic book version of Supergirl is technically older than Superman. Like, she grew up on Krypton,
Right?
She grew up, and then when they sent her off in the in Argo City. And when they sent her off, she was sent to go protect her baby cousin Cal, but she gets stuck in space, so that when she does show up on Earth, she's younger than Superman. They tweak that story a bit in this, where in the movie she's in Argo. She doesn't know Krypton as a planet. She only knows Argo City and the poison that everyone is inherited living there, right, which is true to the comic book. Like, that's how, like, her family dies in the book and stuff.
And
Well,
it is kryptonite. It is kryptonite.
It's radiation from the like the bubble, the protective bubble around the planet.
Oh, that's what's poisoning.
Yeah.
I see.
It's like they know they've very limited time.
Well, regarding that dome over the city, because obviously they didn't really allude to it, but I know the connection of Brainiac stealing Argo City and putting it in Kandor.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, since we don't know what really happened to him after she was sent away, if that's what's going to happen in Man of Tomorrow.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we know that she's going to be a big part of Superman Man of Tomorrow, which is exciting. And Brainiac is the bad guy, so maybe we'll have some more connections there.
Yeah.
It's So the book itself, though, just to go back, is a beautiful love letter to, like, true grit, and it has the young girl Ruthie in it, who is from a society and this planet that Supergirl is on that doesn't know anything about traveling the universe. Like, they don't go off world, and it's this kind of like almost like John Carter Mars style of planet where everyone still use swords, and like that's why, like, she speaks with such like a almost old English style like turn of phrase. Like, her whole character is just like doesn't know anything about being off world, doesn't know anything about Krypton, like, and they lose all that in the movie, like, for some reason. And it's like the bad guy Krem of the Yellow Fields is in the book. He's like just another person on this planet, and he's very kind of almost charming in a weird like Flash Gordon-y kind of sense, like kind of a the Merciless kind of character.
I mean, he looks completely different with the, like, a red beard and hair, and like looks Scottish. A little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And it's that kind of very like love letter to that kind of John Carter kind of Flash Gordon style.
Yeah.
Which is great in the book, and kind of like, I think most of it is I mean, it's crazy. Like, most of the book is represented really well in the movie, but for some reason the tweaks and stuff they change it just like kind of kills the story a bit.
Yeah.
Like having like the whole thing with her family's death in the book, it's super tragic, and the sword, it's not like her dad is a sword maker, because it doesn't make any sense. Why would her dad be a farmer who makes swords? It's actually Krem's sword that she's wielding. Like, it's the sword that was left in her dad.
Okay.
And like it's more tragic. That's why she's like, I want to kill the guy with it.
Yeah.
Versus like some random sword that she picks up from.
Maybe they wanted to make it make sense why she was good with that sword.
But then it doesn't make sense if, like, why would she be using a sword if she knows about, like, spaceships and like, lasers and stuff like that?
True.
You know?
But
like,
it's...
why is sword
But I mean, like,
important?
if in the movie her dad is the sword maker, she's going to use her dad's, like, thing to do the kill.
Yeah, I guess
I mean,
it's kind of like...
she could have used a gun, too, to just help with... And then do the final blow with the sword or something, but, you know.
But, I mean, the one thing I'll say about the book... Last thing I'll say about the book is... It's like the art in this is beautiful. The colors are like vibrant and just like gorgeous, and like the way they depict space and different planets are just it's gorgeous, and just like they lost all of that in the movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've never seen a more gray and sandy movie in my life. I was like, what is this? Like I was like, where is all the color? Like He-Man had more color, like, and that's what kind of it should have been like.
Well, for it trying to be Guardian, or it was accidentally Guardians.
I mean,
like,
they
or
were
whatever.
really. It was very Guardians.
Very
But
into it, yeah.
even with that, it wasn't as colorful as Guardians. So
Right.
it's interesting the choices they made, and like the planet with the Krypton sun, the green sun, has dinosaurs on it.
Right.
Like,
Right.
that would have been cool to see.
Well, and they nerfed that too with it being like, oh no, it's only half Krypton sun, half regular. It's like no.
So in the comic, it was just the green.
Just the green sun, and she had to like overcome it.
Yeah.
And she has a really kick-ass fight with Krem where she doesn't have her powers. You know.
Right.
Well, I guess that's why they had him shoot the kryptonite dart at her, and I was like, wouldn't you have been able to dodge that?
Right. Yeah.
Like,
exactly. I mean, they nerfed her a lot in the movie, where they didn't have to, because if you follow the book, like it's basically like she would have been like depowered anyway.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a better for her to overcome that, to be like, no, she's not just, you know, solely relying on her powers.
Yeah.
You know?
So that's a good point that you brought up, because I thought how are they going to go around this? That she's so overpowered. How are they going to nerf her? And I thought the movie did an okay job. Some of it didn't make any sense, but how do they? When we know how they nerf her in the movie, she's not around a yellow sun. Yeah, which is how they. I was like, okay, that makes sense, but there was one part. Well, we'll get into it, like why it didn't make sense. But like in the book, how are they nerfing her?
Well, same thing. She's on a red sun planet for most of the book.
Most of the book, okay.
You know, and then they go travel, and then they end up on the green sun planet.
Right.
And that's kind of where like the climax of the movie or the book is all there. And,
right.
And so it's I don't know why I guess they're probably going like, well, it's Supergirl, we got to have her show her powers, right? And they tried to like give Krem like suddenly he has like super strength in the movie.
Or all the brigands have super strength.
Right. Like randomly at the end they're just like all like throwing stuff, and I'm like, huh, like that's not, you know, because in the book yet again they're very like just normal.
Right.
But because of the red sun they should be that way.
But a 14-year-old girl was able to choke one of them out. Which is what I didn't get. I was like, is he not over? I thought they were all super powered.
Right.
So how was she able to overpower him?
I thought it was just like a loophole.
I didn't get it. Yeah.
I don't know. And then, you know, like the book, the ending's so nice, and the book is really good about like, because they do have this whole story of her telling Ruthie like, killing is not the way. Like death's not the way. You don't want to do this. It'll darken your soul. All this is still in the book.
Right.
And then at the end of the movie, they're like, yeah, we're just going to have, you know, Car's just going to run him with a sword.
Right. Does that not happen in the book?
No.
Okay. No. What happens in the book with the end?
So at the end, Car does have the sword. Well, actually, Ruthie's got him down. Like, she's the one taking him out. And Car's like, no, not the way to do it. Yeah. And then Car almost, you know, because he does, almost kill Crypto and all that. And then Ruthie's one that she speaks, like, talks her down. And... like the whole book is kind of done as like a memory, like it's coming from it's Ruthie's memory of it all, right? So you cut to like 80 years later, right? And Ruthie is an old lady, and Supergirl shows up, and she still looks youthful because she's Kryptonian, she can live a long time. And she was like, I read your story, like it was beautiful. And then she pulls out a Phantom Zone projection of Krem. Like, he's been stuck in the Phantom Zone this whole time. And she, like, releases him. And he's, like, an old man now. And he's like, oh, my God, for years I've been, you know, I'm so sorry for what I did. Like, he's really remorseful. And you see old lady Ruthie, and she just beats the shit out of him.
Really?
Yeah.
She hits him with a cane.
Yeah, it's just great. It's great. It's like, beautiful. Like, she's still like, I'm still going to fuck you up, you know?
And he still lives at the end.
Yeah, but it's that like we're more than just revenge. We're more, like
Sure.
it's a big part of the story.
Yeah.
And just to have in the movie, like, she's just gonna stab him a couple of times. Like it felt very.
It wasn't
not
earned.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And she's like super powered at that point. So it's like,
right.
Why is she stabbing him? I don't know.
Well, I guess they're trying to say, because it's her father's sword, so I'm gonna get back at you. But again, yeah, like I didn't know that was in the book that's the sword it's his sword that he used to kill her father. I didn't know that. But yeah, it's just, in the movie, it's just a random sword
that she just has on her.
Yeah.
What would have been great is if she delivered Krem to the Space Police Force, the Lanterns, and have him put in jail.
See,
that's the thing too. Is like for a cosmic movie
to have no Lanterns,
it felt very small.
Yeah, that is true. It did.
Like I liked all the creatures. I mean, I love like seeing different aliens and stuff. Like, the space bus bit was great. Your favorite Seth Rogen had a great part in there as the little guy. It's like we're talking about like Seth Rogen being in every anime character.
Mm-hmm.
He got a paycheck.
Just stop it.
He didn't even change his voice at all.
Be a producer or an actor. Just don't stop putting your voice in stuff. It's not.
I know. Yeah, I know you don't like it when actors take.
Well, no, like his voice just stands out too much. Yeah. Like I can deal with like, fine Chris Pratt, whatever, but it's like Seth Rogen. He can't change his voice, so it's just Seth Rogen, and it's annoying to me, but I whatever.
But that's even in the book though. That space bus sequence, there's a giant space dragon in the book. Where it attacks the bus. It's this giant space dragon. So I was like, "Where's the space dragon?" Like it felt small.
Yeah, it's just like some random thieves.
Which they're in the book too. But I was just like,
I wonder if they cut stuff though.
It felt like they cut a lot of the threats. And yet again, they like Krem. Like here's a week later after seeing the movie, I couldn't tell you in a lineup what he looks like. Like what was his defining features?
Needle balls in his face.
Yeah, but there's nothing really there, and he was just kind of despicable to be despicable.
He's always eating something.
He likes pie.
Yeah.
He's eating cereal, pie.
But that's not a character.
What is he, Brad Pitt? Come on.
Yeah.
Right. That's not a character. It's, it's barely there.
It was weird. This movie definitely has a lot of weird coincidences in it. Like she's out there with Ruthie. What's her name?
Yeah, Ruthie.
Ruthie's trying to recruit her. And then all of a sudden, Krem shows up and just steals
her ship.
Kara's ship. And I'm like, and I was watching in theaters like, did I miss it? Like, where the fuck did he come from?
See, I'm like, it makes sense more in the book because there are no other spaceships on the planet. So he takes her ship because it's the only ship there.
There you go. See,
Yeah,
but they have a massive ship, and so he just shows up randomly. She's in the middle of like this field, and who knows where.
Right.
And he just I don't remember them. I don't remember seeing their ship anywhere. It just seems like he just shows up out of nowhere and just takes it.
Yeah,
and I was like, wait a minute, what did I miss something?
Why is he there?
It seems like something got cut that explained.
Right.
In
the book, it's just he's a warlord from across the valley. So it's like. It's an M. Bison I show up on Tuesday situation.
Right, yeah.
But you make him spacefaring, like what's the point?
Right, and he has a massive ship with tons of people.
Yeah.
I don't...
They all look the same. They all dress like Ravagers.
Right, Ravagers. Yeah, and it's like, is there something special about her ship, or he's just carjacking it? I didn't understand. It just kind of just showed up out of nowhere.
Well, they try to say that, like, the dad blew up their ship, remember, with the mines at the beginning? Right. So he needed a way off planet. It was a real like screenwriter trying to like, okay, why is he going to steal the ship now?
Right, and how did he find her?
Right,
it was a coincidence. What a coincidence! He just happens to take Supergirl's ship
But if you say the world, the world is horses and carts and a fantasy world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like that makes more sense. Why her ship would be more desirable?
Right. Yeah, see, I didn't know that about the book. That makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah.
There's no Lobo in the book.
Oh, there isn't?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Yeah,
Lobo was added.
Yeah, what'd you guys think about Jason Momoa as Lobo and his appearance in the movie?
I thought he looked good.
Yeah, he looked good.
But his dialogue fell flat. It looked like they just had him say what he wanted or something.
Right, yeah. He showed
it's not
up.
really
Like
written for the movie. Because I didn't read much of Lobo, but I I grew up on the Lobo from the 90s Superman cartoon, and he's always like the main man, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted that, and I didn't get it, and so it
We
fell
got
flat for
more
me.
Lobo as him as Aquaman
Yeah,
than we did,
exactly.
you know?
He's like, Yahoo! Just cheering, the cheerful action of everything.
Yeah.
It was pretty much just Aquaman, but painted
Right.
white.
And it's funny to me of like the whole movie is this kind of like girl power, you know, very female forward centric. Like we gotta, you know, there's you know, stealing people for a sex ring kind of deal, and who ends up saving the day? Lobo.
Yeah.
Like she's, you know, they go to the big ship, and you know, Supergirl's got the arrows in her, Ruthie's taken it, and it's like, yeah, we gotta have a big guy come and, you know, blow up the ship with his space bike. Like, no, that kind of, you just taking away anything from your main character. You know,
I mean, you could have given her a epic scene of flying like directly through the ship, like Captain Marvel,
yeah, exactly.
in Endgame, and it was just like she just lands on top of the ship to confront the guy, and when Ruthie falls over, she's not diving to save her. That she should be, you know, going out of her way to keep her safe, but she's like, no, I'm the bitch who you hurt my dog, and I'm like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here, guys? Because like she could have killed a lot of these guys at any time. I mean, obviously Supergirl doesn't really kill, but like she wasn't in that mindset yet. So technically, she could kill in this movie if she wanted.
And it's crazy. I feel like we should have had a little bit more of her and and Krypto's relationship as well.
Very much so, yeah.
Like I thought we got more of that from the Superman movie.
Yeah.
That's not even his dog.
Right.
You know? Like,
I really want. I hope in Man of Tomorrow that Krypto's changed. I mean, trained. Because like it's getting annoying. It's like, all right, we've had enough of just like him being playful and not listening.
Right.
It's like he should be Krypto. Like,
well, she's a bad dog owner.
Well, I mean that's true. It sucks that that's not Superman's dog, but I know they had to give it follow for this.
Yeah,
comic
he's very much front and center in this.
But I'm hoping, you know, at least some development comes to Krypto, because if it's just the same thing for a third movie, I would like him to become more heroic and more, you know, cool. Yeah. But
Now in the comic, does Krypto also fall? He's also poisoned.
Yeah. Okay. So it's with like an arrow, like shoots him with an arrow, and it's no antidote thing. So the whole thing is like they go to a healer, and the healer goes, I need some of the poison so I can create an antidote. Like you need to find more.
That makes a lot more sense. Yeah.
Then like he's just got the antidote.
He just got it around his neck.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the point?
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah.
So I mean that's and I think there's a little bit more time. Like they're like it could take a couple of weeks in the book, while in the movie I think they give like 3 days.
So
and I understand it's a movie. You got 2 hours. You want to compress it and like give it like a literal ticking clock. Right. You know, I mean, and I liked. And there was things like, okay, so
let's talk about things we liked about.
Yeah, okay.
So I didn't think it was horrendous.
No, I don't either. And the problem is, I had loftier ideas because I knew where the source material was.
Yeah, exactly, because you've read it.
And I was just I was really excited to see this because this is a really good Supergirl story, you know. And then having it kind of devolve more into a Lobo / hey, let's have Superman show up. Throughout the movie and little video messages. It's like, come on, you're taking away from your main act. I wanted her to shine.
It's like they're reminding the audience, like, oh hey, remember this?
They're connected.
Yeah,
they're connected.
Hey, remember? Yeah.
Well, it's funny. She didn't have much dialogue because they relied all on her expressions of being drunk or just being sad. But I'm not. No offense to the actress. I think it was just like some of the shots they had, it was not conveyed too well. Yeah, but I mean that's nothing on her. She's a great actress.
I was waiting for that scene too, the real like connection scene with her, like when they're finally talking about their past, and like I was waiting for her to talk more about like Argo City and like, no, I saw my family die. I saw like much like you.
Because I
wanted more of that.
I loved all the Krypton scenes. Those were awesome, and I was like, this should have been the whole movie should have been flashbacks to that. Yeah, and I didn't hate the Superman interaction because we didn't get to see them interact until the end of the last movie. So it would be fun to see their dynamic because I always liked some of the animated movies where he's teaching her how to use her powers. And that would have come into a great use. Like if she barely used like her laser beams or X-ray, but like if it went from him teaching her and then to her using the power, that'd been cool because I like that kind of anime does that a lot with like, this is what I learned, and then
because we did get like one little flashback when they meet, and then you see her like in Metropolis. Yeah, you get like one little flashback. That's about it.
Like, and her, like I personally, I think the movie would have been more interesting her acclimating to Earth, or trying to like see this as a new home. So we haven't seen much of her interaction with Earth. So it's like, I guess it's not your home technically, but I think, and then in the end, you know, she accepts Clark and then his like Earth parents, you know. And,
or you could have a scene where, you know, she's in his Metropolis apartment and he's off, you know, he's going to work, he's mingling with Lois, and you could show her like actually look like using her like supervision to watch it, but still being alone in the apartment to be like, she is isolated. She doesn't know the planet. She doesn't know the people, the customers.
Also hearing all the noise of everybody. That's good. Trying to hone it.
Yeah, what do you think about her like iPad? The needle drops through the movie.
Yeah, I mean that's just something that's been.
It felt very. I mean, a very Star-Lord thing.
Very Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm like, we don't need that.
I know.
You know, like if the headphones, like I think the headphones would have been good if it was like she's not in control of her hearing completely. Right. Yeah. And maybe she just uses it to drown out.
That makes sense.
All the other stuff. So.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
But you know, I don't know. I just didn't feel. That she was even well learned in anything. Like she fought well,
right?
And I could say maybe she was trained also like when she was growing up on Krypton,
right?
But like, I was like, in my head, she's like, she shouldn't be having this much trouble. But obviously, emotionally, she's going through it, and it's just like, I don't know how to fix.
Well, and the tonal shifts through the movie bug me, where it's just like she's really, you know, she's trying to get the antidote, blah blah blah, and then it's like, well, I could also do a quip with Lobo while we're fighting.
That's
you know, and I was like, is that really what that character would do?
That's true. Yeah, but I mean, it's something to see. I mean, like I would say, if
something to see.
I mean, well, it's just like I know it's a stepping stone for the next movie. Pretty much, it feels like that's what it
does.
Is.
It does. Unfortunately, it does feel like that. And I don't think I need to see another Supergirl movie.
Yeah. Well, I would say, like, if they didn't make this movie, they could have focused Man of Tomorrow a little bit more around her, too. Because it's her, you know, helping Clark face Brainiac. And, like, this is an enemy of, you know, Krypton in a sense of.
Right.
So it's just like, and then she can address all her emotions and feelings towards her new home and her old home and all that, you know, finally become at peace with everything. But, like, I don't know. It just feels like this was a wasted romp.
Yeah, and then yet again, the decision to make her not, you know, grow up on Krypton.
Right.
And you know, in the book, she's sent to protect Kal-El.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a big part of the book is kind of the PTSD thing of like she has no purpose. Like she showed up to Earth to do this job, and she doesn't need to be there.
Yeah.
You know, so. Her whole thing is like, why was I there?
Yeah.
Or why was I even sent there? You know.
Well,
I could have died with my family.
Right.
The added like throwaway lines like, yes, Kal-El was sent to Earth to be a conqueror, and I was like, oh, okay, so that's confirmed. And then,
well, I love they said that like Jor-El's kind of crazy.
Well, that's true. But also like he, I guess, is more peaceful. The brother, I guess, and he's like go
Zor-El, I believe.
Yeah. And he's like, go protect your brother. Like, so he's more about, you know, saving people and things like that. So I was like, that's interesting, but we don't explore that really. So I don't know. I mean, I would say go see it to fund more DC projects.
I mean, that's the thing. It's not doing great.
No, it's not. It's box office is at 105 and the budget was 186. So you got to do that Hollywood math, where it's, you know, it has to be your budget times 2.5
for marketing.
And
they were marketing,
and then they take, and then half of the proceeds go to the theaters. So you know. It's losing about 200.
They're gonna have to knock it out of the park with Lanterns and Man of Tomorrow next.
Yeah. I mean, James Gunn already has come out and been like, we're not really looking at this as a failure.
Yeah, I heard.
You know,
Yeah.
they were like, we're still going on with the DCU and all that. But yeah, I mean, it does make me feel like lesser characters, like these like B and C list characters, are going to get less spotlight.
Mhm.
You know, like this could have led to like a Lobo movie, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I doubt we'll get that now. We'll probably have Lobo show up in something.
and other things, yeah.
But
Well-
I don't know if we'll see a Lobo movie.
If this was movie was intentionally to have more of Lobo in it, I think it would have been cool if they just took the plot line of
Right,
the two-part episode of with the collector.
Yeah.
And then he fights her and brings her to the collector, and
Yeah.
then they have to team up together to get out.
Yeah, it feels really forced in the movie where he's at a bar
Yeah.
and then like Ruthie's like, well, maybe I'll hire him.
Yeah.
It's just very random. And then he's kind of like, nah, but he's hunting someone else that's also one of the guys. So it's like, I don't know. It just felt very kind of clunky.
Also, he's got the same amount of strength as Superman. How could he not get out of that jail cell?
How did he get in the jail cell? They never show him.
They never show that,
He shows up there.
And then he
Yeah.
needed her to unlock the door, and I was like, that doesn't make sense because
Right.
if you're here intentionally, you wouldn't have needed. Like,
Right,
So it was
He's
just
got
like-
a grenade around his neck. The
Yeah.
entire
Yeah,
time.
exactly. Yeah.
and he can't. So he could have blown up the ship from
Yeah.
right there, and then
There's the Krypton show. Way back when had Lobo in it.
Yeah.
And there's a great bit where there's a force field and Lobo can't get through it.
Mm-hmm.
And he just like cuts off a piece of his body and throw it like, or he like tries to put his hand through the force field and it like cuts off his hand.
Yeah.
And then he just grows out of that
oh, right.
on the other
Oh,
side.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because he can regrow.
Right, right.
Oh, I didn't know
completely,
that.
you know?
That's cool.
It's a great bit, and then like it's like half of him like I'm gonna get you. It's
Yeah.
really fun. So like creatively
Yeah.
like that, I would love to see. I mean, it's weird that Krypton had a better Lobo, which is weird.
True.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
You know,
The animated series.
Mm.
It's
bizarre.
Had a really
Yeah.
good Lobo. Yeah. I mean, look, I didn't think that this movie was. There was a lot that was definitely wrong with it when I was watching it. Like the Lobo stuff in jail. I was like, what the? How did he?
Yeah.
Okay. The convenience that we've been talking about, that Crow just shows up and steals her ship. I was like, where did? Okay, whatever.
and her cereal.
And her cereal.
Yeah.
Also, like I get because she was nerfed a little bit. You know, the arrows could like puncture her, things like that. But I was like, okay, whatever. But like, there was another part where she gets dropped off in that planet that has the green sun and the yellow sun,
Yeah.
and like they just leave her there. Like, okay, goodbye. Instead of like, well, why don't you just finish her off? Whatever. So there was a lot. There was all the stuff we've been talking about. It's just there's definitely a lot that it feels like was cut out of this movie, and it feels like there was a lot that there was just a lot of plot holes and conveniences that don't work out.
Yeah.
You know, as best as as they should. But I like some parts of it. There was a scene where right after Lobo gets not Lobo, well, right after her dog gets poisoned, and what they were trying to like show in this movie was her, like you were saying, her PTSD, her disconnection with everybody around her. She says, "I don't have people."
Mm-hmm.
I kind of got that because Kal-El grew up on Earth as a baby, so that's all he knows.
Mm-hmm.
He knows he's not human, but he was raised by the two
But he has
best
connections.
He has
with
connections,
people, yeah.
but he was raised by the two best people who you could possibly find,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, but her Supergirl, she was something. She's like what, 15, 16, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So all she known is Krypton,
Yeah.
and her people. So she feels completely out of place on Earth because she doesn't feel that they're her people. She doesn't feel it's her planet because it's not technically.
Mm-hmm.
So I got that point. I don't think that they really nailed it home as well as they should have.
Yeah.
But there was a part right after Krypto gets poisoned. She's dealing with all this stuff from her planet dying, her not being connected to anybody, and that's why she drowns herself in alcohol. Again, I don't think it was more of a joke than more of a tragedy. It seemed in this film,
Yeah.
which wasn't great. But whatever, I got it. And so all this stuff her ship has been taken now. Krypto's been poisoned. all the PTSD stuff, the drinking, and she snaps her a little bit and she flies up out of the atmosphere and screams in space.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really well done, Every time that she got close to a yellow sun, as she's nerfed, she got close to a yellow sun, she kind of like came out of it, and now she's Supergirl. And I said it earlier, I wonder how they're going to do this where going to the movie, it's like I know she's completely overpowered because she's she is who she is. How are they going to nerf her so she's not completely destroying everything that's in front of her? I think they did an okay job until the very end where she finally, the yellow sun comes up and she's able to take. I thought that scene where she's taking out the brigands at the end was probably the best scene in the movie.
Yeah,
because you see how powerful Kryptonians are, and how she's like completely wiping these guys out. Again, it didn't make it. When I was watching that, it's like, well, she's really hitting these guys hard. And she's not like completely exploding. She's not like completely vaporizing them, which means that they're pretty strong. So how did that girl choke that guy out in the cell? Whatever, just again another okay. I don't know how that worked, but maybe the ship itself like nerfs people, including Lobo. I was thinking, but they don't ever say that. Who knows?
No.
So I thought that final scene was pretty cool. The final fight was pretty cool. How you see a Kryptonian unleashed, what she can do. Again, the end was it was weird because it kind of defeats the entire purpose of the story. Is well, revenge isn't gonna satiate anything, so don't do it. And then she turns around and does it herself, which I guess could work to an extent. There's a good, I think we talked about this last episode, but there's a good scene in Buffy the Vampire Slayer where Giles kills. You remember Caleb?
Yeah.
Because Buffy was about to do it, but then he talks her out of it.
Yeah.
And he says, and at the end, Caleb's like pretty much like thinking he's gonna come back, and Giles finishes him off, and he says, because she's a hero, I'm not.
Right.
So it made sense in that context, where Giles was never trying to tell Buffy necessarily like, oh, you shouldn't kill. He was, but he was selling it for her sake. But in this story, it seemed like she was saying that for just in general, like you shouldn't kill. I'm not going to do it either. It's not going to solve anything. But then she does it. So yeah, it was a weird choice they made at the end.
Yeah, because I mean, like the story it's a hero's journey, right? It's like she's learned from Superman. Superman's like, we're the good ones, right?
Right.
We wear these outfits because we're the good guys.
Exactly.
We don't do bad things.
And that's what didn't make sense in this because she's a hero as well,
right?
Whereas Giles necessarily was not.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. If she was a darker character,
exactly,
like a Constantine or something,
right?
And he was like, no, they can't do it, but I can.
Right.
That makes sense for that character. It doesn't make sense in this case.
And there's no way that Ruthie wouldn't have found out that he's dead. It's like, well, wait a minute, you just told me.
Yeah, exactly. And you just robbed me of whatever closure I needed.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly, yeah. She would have been pissed. Like, wait a minute, like that, how is that?
You're not living up to what you're preaching.
Exactly. You know, and like you say, she would have been like, well, then what was that whole speech about?
Yeah.
You're like, I should have just killed him.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, it's...
Or at least she could have said, like, I'm... Like being a Kryptonian, I'm strong enough to bear it, or
something like that.
Just
exactly, yeah.
But not even,
or have Lobo do it.
Or
Lobo, exactly. Yes, there you go.
He was just watching from afar with binoculars.
Yeah.
What?
Fucking peeping Tom.
Yeah, dude. It didn't make a ton of. So there was a lot of weird choices they made.
Yeah, Lobo could be like, "Oh, I'll take him to authorities or whatever," and then
just kill him.
And then he could like take him off and be like, "You're not going anywhere," kind of thing.
Yeah,
like throw him into the sun, or
you could have had a whole exactly, or you could have a whole Giles moment like, "Hey, they're heroes. I'm not."
Right,
and finish him off.
Exactly.
That's
the whole reason to have him there.
Yeah. Right. And it just then the whole Lobo thing was just, he's there, he does some things, and then he's gone again. It's like, is he? I don't really. What was his role? And like you said earlier, it's like he's the one that fucks the shit up, the ship up.
Right.
And it was
also
like 4 grenades.
Yeah.
It's like that's all it took. Like why did she just fly through the? Okay, if you want to go that route, like again, Supergirl, Superman don't kill. Okay, I get it. So he's the one that does all the heavy, dirty lifting.
Right.
But then again, it defeats the purpose at the end when she finishes him. I'm like, okay,
it's confusing.
It is.
Well, I think she even when she was on that other planet and trying to save that family that drugged her, I think some of those guys she was fighting were killed. It seemed like some of them were killed. So I was like, she was killing earlier in the movie anyway.
Definitely,
so,
yeah, exactly.
And then when she would preach about it, I'm like, so it's okay for you. But I mean, like,
what are the rules? What is your code here? I don't
none
get
of that's
it.
in the book either. So it's like no.
yeah, the whole family being that's
they survive.
Yeah, I mean that's not even a real.
It's not even.
That
was
was like we need an action scene in this part.
And they needed to give her.
That was the other thing.
They needed to give her a reason to go up in space and scream. And
right.
They're like, but I was like, that's kind of on you. You could have when Krem was about to like attack Ruthie. Why did she go pick up Ruthie? She could have flew away with Krem, and then he wouldn't have been able to kill that family down.
Right.
Because we need
that was on her.
Yeah.
Death was on her.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about it. That's right.
That was a one like character development bit for him. I thought was good was like him killing that family because you're like, oh, okay, he is a threat or like he's a bad guy.
But I mean, they could have done that with any like. Yeah. It's just like
he was just boring.
That's the other thing with the villain. The villain is just I don't know, but I'm sure there's a little more context in the book.
Yeah.
But in the movie, he's evil.
Yeah.
He's a mustache twirling villain.
Oh, absolutely.
And that was it. And I was like, well, so what's this guy's motivation? He just wants to kidnap girls, and that's it. Like, okay, that's pretty evil.
Yeah.
Now, necessarily that's the great thing about villains and stories. You don't have to have them necessarily have motivation. It's just sometimes it just makes for a better story if they have some nuance instead of just being mustache twirlers.
Right.
But this was just like, like you said, just boring. He's just a bad dude. Okay.
And when you surround him with a bunch of other bad dudes that are the same, they look the same and have the same power set. Like, I'm like, what makes this guy special?
Exactly.
Nothing.
Yeah. Nothing. Yeah.
You know? And then they're all just wearing black leather, and then you have Lobo in black leather, and then you have everything shot at night, and then it's just like, this is just boring.
And even the scene, sorry, Chad.
No, you're good.
Even the scene where the sun comes up at the end, and it's in the trailer where she's twirling It's like there's like a filter on it that's like yellowish. It's like, why? We were talking about color earlier. It's like, why do you guys keep doing this? Looks like no offense to him, but this looks like Zack
Snyder.
It's like it looks like a Zack Snyder film,
right?
Which that works for some stuff. Like it worked for 300, and then he just kept doing it. It's like, okay, bro, like there's color. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you guys doing? Why do you guys keep doing this?
I'm going to point you to the book because the color in this book is so impressive,
right?
And it's beautifully done, and we don't get any of that.
None of it. Yeah.
You know?
Now, this was a tidbit that bugged me in the movie is now I know you said in the comic book that the universe knows of Krypton, and but do they all know of kryptonite and how
Well, yeah, like the Krypton sun, the green sun planet was supposed to be a prison for Superman. That was the whole point of it.
But I mean,
I didn't know that.
I don't know how many years
he's been around the galaxy. He's helped people.
Well,
so they were like,
but there's a yellow sun to it too, though. Or was that just the book? That's just the movie.
It's in the movie.
Yeah, okay,
because they needed a reason for her to get her powers.
Do they say who made that green sun?
It's in an old comic book. It's like from the 50s.
Okay. Well, regardless of
it's a reference in this.
Yeah.
For that.
But since this is the start of the DC universe, and obviously he's been Superman for 8 years or whatever, and stuff like that. But we don't know that he really traveled out in space, really. No. So that's why I'm like,
the movie they don't really say why,
and that is why it doesn't make sense for Krem to know kryptonite is Supergirl's.
Right? Why would he have kryptonite arrows on him?
He's like, does he even know she's a Kryptonian? I mean, the fact
we never get. Yeah, we never.
He said the Kryptonian at the end of the movie. He's like, "Show me where the Kryptonian is." But I was like, "How did you make the kryptonite arrows for this one person?"
Yeah,
it seemed you had this made a long time ago.
Right? Yeah.
And you've been holding with it. Yeah. I'm like, "What? That doesn't make sense."
Because didn't he say I made this for you?
Yeah, and I'm like, "You just met her a day ago." So and what did he collect? Did he go to the green sun and let me scoop this up and put it in a?
Where'd he get the kryptonite from? You're right.
That's why I'm like...
I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about the darts and how does he have them.
Yeah.
And see, that's another...
He's like, in case I run into a Kryptonian, we never know.
Yeah, right.
Got this out of a box.
I guess you could argue that he knows who Superman is, but we never get that...
But this is a universe where Superman's only been on the scene for a few years.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. So he hasn't really been spacefaring, has he?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, yeah. Man. Again, it feels like something got cut out.
Yeah.
You know? What'd you guys think of the length? I thought it was a little...
Yeah, it was
longer.
It was longer than it should have been.
2.5 hours?
Should have been maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah, you could have cut more of it.
You know?
And I'm fine with a long movie, but this one didn't need to be that long because of the story wasn't... I mean, like before I knew that the book was also True Grit.
Right.
Like watching this movie, I was like, this is like True Grit. The girl looked like her and everything like that. But I was like, if you were gonna change from the actual book's ending and stuff like that, you should have made this movie darker in the sense of things went wrong. Like maybe she herself got killed trying for revenge, and then Kara learns that revenge isn't the answer, or something like that. Because like in True Grit, the girl loses her arm, and I forget if they actually get justice for her in the True Grit or not.
Yeah, they do. They do. Tom Chaney's dead. Yeah, killed.
Okay. Yeah. So it's just like, you could have, if you were going to change a lot of the story, just change more. Just be something very different and make it incomparable to the comic, because people are just going to refer to that and say this is better. So
God damn it, that dart thing's bothering me now.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about it now, like fuck, dude.
And what sucks is the writer of this film. I looked her up and I was like, she only had like a short film.
That's it. That's her only other credit.
But the thing is, she's also writing Wonder Woman, and I'm like, well, please, like, I hope she's working with someone or something.
Are you serious?
Or someone will put more input on Wonder Woman, because that's a bigger character. And I'm like, you can't foul this up right now. You're starting the DC universe again.
Yeah.
So.
How do you guys feel about Millie Alcock as Supergirl?
I think she's fine. I like Millie Alcock. Yeah, I like Millie Alcock. I thought she was a good choice for her. I mean, I didn't have any problem with her. I think I know House of Dragon, which we're going to get to. I like her on that. She was only two seasons. She was like a younger queen.
She was.
But I thought she was fine, and I thought she was good as Supergirl. I don't have any issues with her as an actress. So.
I mean, I think she's a good actress and everything, but I don't know. It just felt. I think it may have been just not enough dialogue for me to really get attached to her, because I'm not. I no offense to her, I didn't really care about her character at all, and I think we need something to figure that out. But her look and everything. I mean, we only got to see in the outfit at the end in the Superman,
which I thought was cool. I thought it was cool that they saved it.
I assumed like going into that, I was like, okay, she's finally going to put it on. And
right. I thought that was fine.
But it's so cliche though. That's happens with every superhero.
Right. That's true.
But like, it's I don't know. She hasn't had the charm yet of like what it would be of the Supergirl that I would probably really like to see. Right. So, and I would just say she's kind of short for a Supergirl. But I was like, whatever. I mean, the height difference between her and Clark has to be somewhat different. So. Yeah. And she just looked younger than. I mean, I know she's supposed to be younger, but she looked younger for.
She's 21 in
the comic.
Right? No, in the movie. Oh, she's celebrating her 23rd birthday. Right?
Oh, really? Okay.
That's why she's going on the drinking spree.
Right.
Yeah, she just looked young for 20 whatever. I mean, I was going off of 16. I was like, oh, she's not that old, but apparently, 23rd birthday. I don't know.
Apparently, in Interstellar, you need to have a drinking age. I don't know.
Yeah.
How would you? I think you watched the Supergirl show, right, on WB?
Oh yeah.
I didn't watch it.
I love that show. Yeah.
Yeah. How would you compare that Supergirl to this one?
Very different. I mean,
because I think in the show she's a little more bubbly and she's like more like Clark, right?
Yeah. It's very much like they just took Superman and just kind of imported because she has like family and she has connections to Earth and like
But she's kind of like a Girl Scout, like Clark is a Boy Scout, right?
Exactly.
Because I'm used to the Supergirl from the animated Superman show, and some of the movies, and like she adopted having a secret identity as well, and like I see her and Jimmy getting along, so it's like it's hard for me to like we're not there yet for her in the movie universe here, so I'm like, okay, we'll probably eventually get to a Supergirl that I know.
I kind of liked, when her introduction in Superman when she shows up drunk.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, they're making her like a woo girl kind of
deal.
And like a little party girl. And I was like, that's an interesting take, you know? And then they kind of did it in this, but not really. I don't know. I felt like they didn't really know what to do with the character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I do want to see, I can't wait to see more with her and Superman interacting because he's such a Boy Scout.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of like that there's this juxtaposition of their kind of, they're like, she's kind of like, whatever, nerd. Like, I dig that, you know?
Well, I kind of wish they introduced her, like, there's two ways that she was brainwashed by Brainiac and, like, he's been controlling her, and then
Oh, yeah.
also Darkseid. And
Yeah.
like if she was sent to Earth like in Superman Doomsday,
Yeah.
and then like so if they waited to introduce her and establish like Wonder Woman and Batman, and then we get them dealing with this new
It's weird
Kryptonian.
that it's the second movie in the DCU
Yeah, it's
is
just-
Supergirl. You know,
Yeah.
it's like it should have been a little further down the line. I think you're right.
And then
Like,
people want to be like,
establish more of the universe.
two super movies, one after the
And
other.
then the third movie is a Superman movie.
Yeah, so it's just
Yeah.
like you need to start introducing. I know that we're gonna have the lanterns, and you
Right.
introduce some other superheroes in the Superman movie.
Yes,
so.
and we're not counting Clayface.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
no,
Clayface
no.
that's
doesn't
a whole
count.
separate.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God, can't wait for that.
I'm hearing good things of the of screenings, so
Oh, nice.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Would you have liked to have had the Supergirl actress from the TV show do this instead, or do you think?
No.
Or what do you think about Millie Alcock as?
I like Millie Alcock. I
Yeah.
think she did a great job.
Yeah.
I think she really did. I think she pulled off the kind of like I said, like when she shows up at the end of Superman, I was like, I'm all in. I'm good with this character, and I think she is doing a good job with writing that might need to be elevated a bit more.
Yeah.
Like I would like to see what she does with this character in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Like it would have been a great ending to this if on the way to Earth she gets picked up by Darkseid, or like you set up
Yeah.
something like that, because it just kind of ends. It
Yeah,
just feel like a
that's-
very kind of dropped ending.
Yeah, I thought because I forget, was there there was no credit.
There was no
scene.
post-credit
Like
scene.
you should have had something alluding to Brainiac.
Yeah, or
Like
would
maybe
think, yeah, exactly.
maybe even
Yeah.
a shot of him coming
The
to
skull
to the
ship or
yeah
something.
towards
Yeah,
the
that would've been
towards the domed city and like
yeah, exactly.
That'd be-
Yeah,
yeah.
you could absolutely.
Ah, that would've
You
been
know?
good.
but
yeah.
it's just like
I didn't even stick around to see if there's post credits. Like,
Well,
if there is,
yeah.
I'll watch it. Later.
I was one of the few that did stick around because
Yeah.
I was like maybe, and there was nothing.
Nothing. Damn,
Yeah.
that must have been disappointing.
So, or yeah, at least show it like a land, or talk about the lanterns as a
Something,
a space cops kind
Right.
of deal,
yeah.
they show up like not post credit, but it's at the end.
right? You know,
You know?
something. Just
So
a
I'm like,
little
hey, what's been
nugget.
going on?
Or
You know,
yeah,
it's,
you know what? It would have been a great button to end on, like one of the lanterns. Either maybe I mean, I guess you'd can't just have Hal show up out of nowhere. So
You
you'd
Kilowog.
you Kilowog or somebody, and then
non-human.
he's kind of doing like a police like just reported like, hey, I heard there was some infraction going on. It's like we're gonna have to bring in just to tell us what happened and
Right.
something like that. And she's like, you know, it's
Yeah,
like, can
yeah.
you just write me a ticket or something?
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
you know,
That'll be
like
funny. You know, like
just a
have
little funny
bit,
button.
like,
you know,
Yeah, you were going too fast in your ship
Yeah.
or something, like it's a traffic stop. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, it felt small. Like it felt
Yeah.
like okay, we're even with the aliens. Like I was looking at all the aliens, going like, is there any aliens I recognize
yeah.
from other DC projects or anything like that? Like a race that I would recognize. It just looked like random. Like oh, we're gonna have weird creatures. You know.
Yeah.
But so yeah, it just felt small, and yeah, I did like her. I feel like even Ruthie got kind of the short end of the stick. Like she's a really big character in the book, and I don't know. It just felt like she didn't get anything really to work with.
no.
You know, and she was kind of I don't know if it was the.
But it was just like Supergirl's character wasn't written to a point where she could bounce off of her. Really.
Yeah.
So none of
Like I don't want to blame the actress.
No, I'm not blaming either actress. It's just the dialogue that was given for the both of them did not work in the
Right.
sense of
And like thinking of True Grit, like that great relationship between like Jeff Bridges and Haley Seinfeld.
Mhm.
You know, where like you want that spark, you want that kind of back and forth,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
and you just don't get that in this. So
Yeah, it's a movie for sure.
it is a movie.
It's a movie
You're right.
for sure. You know what
But I will say it's better than the original Supergirl movie. I will say that.
I was just thinking about that movie. Yeah, you know
How
what?
dare
that movie,
you.
yeah, it's not terrible.
What, the original Supergirl movie?
the
She
one
had
in
to
the
fight an
80s, right?
invisible dragon at one
Yeah,
point.
exactly.
Oh my god!
'Cause there was no budget for special.
But-
effects.
Wasn't the villain a witch or something in it?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
witchcraft.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I haven't seen that movie since the 90s probably. So it's from
Peter O'Toole's in it.
yeah. When I saw it as a kid, I was like, this isn't terrible. But I haven't seen it as an adult. So
Yeah,
you know.
I will admit I haven't seen it in a long
Yeah.
time.
My favorite part of that is like she leaves like Argo City's been miniaturized.
That's right. Yeah,
So like she shows up on Earth by coming through a lake,
something like that.
and then
yeah.
she's automatically got the Supergirl outfit.
Yeah,
on.
I remember that.
Like
yeah.
out of nowhere,
I know,
she's just
yeah.
in the full suit,
Uh-huh.
and you go, okay, I guess she's Supergirl.
Yeah. Well, I remember the only really the big scene I remember for some reason is she sees, is it Argo City in the distance? And she tries to fly and she like falls right on her ass because she doesn't have her powers. And she has to like remember that she has to like walk there or something like that. I don't know why that stands out in my mind a lot. Yeah, but yeah, you know what? It's also a movie.
Yeah,
I need to watch it again as an adult.
It's the only movie that they actually go into the Phantom Zone.
That's right. Yeah,
you get to see what the Phantom Zone is.
Yeah.
So.
I need to watch it again as an
They
adult.
need to introduce that quick, so then they have a loophole to not kill their bad guys
exactly.
Right.
imprison them or something.
Yeah. Supergirl, would you guys recommend it? Or I would say probably wait until it's at a theaters. You don't have to go see it.
It's a hard thing. I don't know if... Okay, so here's the thing. With movies that are streaming or on television is like... It's really easy to be distracted.
Yes.
And because this is a 2.5 hour movie, I could see a lot of people starting it and then going off to do other things, like in the center sections of the movie. So I would recommend seeing it on the big screen. I mean, I think there is some cool sequences and stuff to be seen on the big screen. But maybe see a matinee or a cheap one, you know.
Or go on $5 Tuesdays.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Like
I have, I feel like if it goes on streaming, it's probably not going to do well.
Yeah, I think I saw it a week after my theater was pretty full.
Yeah.
I would say to the hardcore Supergirl fans of like the comics and stuff, I would say just to save your disappointment, maybe skip. Only like this, but like if you don't follow any of the comics, go see it. See what you think. Don't immediately listen to us because who are we? We're just three wise men delivering our potpourri to Jesus and
Potpourri.
yeah. And
yep, that's what we do.
We didn't have. We didn't have.
I mean, I will say, I would like to see more C-list and D-list characters get made into movies, and if people don't support movies like this, it's going to get less and less
That's
likely.
true, yes, yeah.
We're going to have a million Batman movies, and I would like to see a movie from like Mr. Miracle or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just surprised. I mean, I get it. He's got to introduce Superman first, but I'm surprised he didn't go even like start with these other characters and then bring in Superman as this iconic god amongst the rest of them or something. But whatever. We'll see.
By the way, the wise men took frankincense, myrrh. And
I know. I was doing a joke because
I know potpourri came from.
But I forgot.
They wanted the major to smell well.
Well, no, I forgot.
Isn't that myrrh? Isn't myrrh just potpourri?
I think it's just some kind of.
It's an oil, right?
Yeah. Well, I was like frankincense and myrrh. I was like, I forget the three items, and so I was like, fucking potpourri or whatever. So, I was like, whatever.
The last wise man who was just like, shit, I didn't bring a gift.
Shit, just grabs a bunch of flowers.
Yeah.
And that's
potpourri.
He's like, this smells good.
It's the origin of potpourri. So
there you go.
After that, people
now
are like,
everyone's bathrooms are going to smell nice and fresh.
There you go. And mangers.
Yeah.
Next, that's, you know what, Supergirl, I would say, if like Watson said, it's easily get distracted from 2.5 hour film if you stream it. I'm glad I saw it in theaters just because I could focus on it, and I probably would have been pausing it and doing other things because it doesn't necessarily like entice you and pull you in in the beginning. So I could see that.
I gave it 2 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd. I was like, is it a 1? I was like, I'll give it a 2.
It's not. It's not bad enough to be a 1.
Right. It's not terrible, but
it's not terrible. And
but there's a lot of issues with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just wanted more.
Yeah. Another film that I'd like to see if you guys took issue with is Toy Story 5, which recently came out. You all watched it?
I did. I saw it, yeah.
I mean, Watson hasn't watched it?
No, unfortunately, I didn't get to it.
You got to take your kid to see it.
Man.
I know.
Chad, tell us what you thought. I watched it.
I surprisingly liked it. I mean, I didn't go in thinking like, oh, here we go. They don't usually put them out, and it's like there's not something to it with a message, or at least like there's a heartfelt scene, at least for the older crowd,
right?
And I thought the first 3 movies were amazing, and it was a good button end to it. And I didn't see 4 when it came out, and I watched it before I went to go see 5. So I kind of like
because there's some like connective tissue.
Yeah.
It's like this is like a new trilogy following Bonnie, the new kid, and I was like, okay, 4 was
focuses on Jesse more than it does.
I
heard that.
Yeah, Jesse was the focus of this movie
more than it does Buzz or Woody.
And even for both movies, I was like, I still enjoyed them. They don't beat the first 3 for me, but like this new one, I thought was very, very interesting because it speaks to today of kids, growing up on digital iPads or their phones and devices and stuff like that, and like toys being discarded. And it's like, yeah, I think it's something to learn. Like, you don't have to just make friends through online or digital games, or like you could be there in person, experience each other, or you could combine the two and it not overwhelm the whole thing. And like there was a scene of all the girls, like there was a sleepover and they were all just on their digital devices, not even like really talking to each other. So it's just like, I think this movie had some purpose to it. I don't know if it would really speak to kids to like they would even care or listen to it. Right. The message is more for the parent.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like this idea has been in Disney's wheelhouse for like 10 years.
Yeah.
They've been thinking about doing like toys versus technology for a long time.
Yeah.
So I think maybe it's a little too late for the idea. Like,
true.
Like every kid's now used to using an iPad or a phone or something like the last decade.
That's true, but I mean, you still hear stories about when a parent takes away their device or their game system, and then they wig out and like hit their mom.
I don't know what you're talking about. Never experienced that in my life.
And so I think it still works, but it's just like it has to hit them. Like, obviously, the lessons of those older movies, like me growing up, some of them went over my head, and then later watching, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do, but I think they did a great job, and like the voice acting was on par. Like, it looks even better than it used to in the older movies. So I
mean, how are the voice? I mean, like they've been doing these movies now for 35 years.
Yeah.
How does Buzz and Woody sound? Because I mean, like, obviously they're in their 70s now.
Buzz had to hire a voice trainer to get back to it because he didn't want to sound old. So, because obviously he is older now.
Yeah.
And no, he sounded just
fine.
like he did.
Yeah,
and,
to me, they sound fine.
Tom sounded just as Tommy would sound. And he's like, he sounded just like he was when he was in Philadelphia.
A great reference.
Yes.
It's a strange movie to...
Yeah, no. It's one of his greatest performances.
It is. It really is. That's weird that you picked that one.
I'm just picturing now Woody in Philadelphia, like going up to Denzel. Just a little Woody doll.
Well, it'd be that Toy Soldier Kaboom by Carl Weathers. It wouldn't be Denzel. It'd be Carl Weathers. Like, But
someone start animating that.
I will say, who stole a lot of the show? This movie was Conan O'Brien as the poop training toy. I forget what it's called.
Smarty Pants.
Smarty Pants. That's it. And he did a great job. It was very funny. Very like it helped the lull that was in between some of the dramatic scenes with Jessie and like her and Bonnie and stuff like that. And we got a little bit more human. Like us following Bonnie not making friends. It felt
okay.
What's the movie with the
like
different
Inside
color?
Out?
Yes, yeah. Felt a lot similar to Inside Out.
Yeah, sure.
Because like the digital pad was like, I can help her make friends, and
very like anxiety.
Exactly,
from the second.
Exactly. So it felt like that, and I thought they did a good job, and like the conflict was kept me in, and then like the resolution was there, and like I've never seen shots of the parents' head too often in those movies. It's always been like their chest and down, and like you actually see their faces and them worrying about their daughter. And,
their characters. In it.
Yeah, so I was like, they're involving more of the outside world, and I was like, that's cool too.
That's cool.
So, I mean the plot is obviously Bonnie is I think they say she's 10, 8.
No, I think she's 8.
Yeah. Still plays with toys. The toys are happy because she still plays with them, and then obviously she's not able to make friends because everybody's on these iPads basically called Lily pads, where they all play games. That's how they socialize these kids.
Yeah,
and that's how they play. They play online.
Sounds pretty accurate.
Yeah. So, Bonnie's parents want her to make friends, and she even says like, "How come nobody wants to be my friend?"
Like she's playing in her front yard with her toys, and she sees like 2 kid neighbors, and then she's scared to like try and get their attention and come play. And
kids kind of think that she's weird for still playing with toys, even though they're her age. So her parents get her a lily pad, and then she becomes addicted, and the other toys are neglected. So there is another girl who they happen to run into who is also her age, seems like a little older, but like she's also not very much into technology. She still kind of plays a lot as well. So the toys want to hook these two girls up together so they can be friends because they're both kind of lonely.
Yeah.
Which is a nice story, you know.
Yeah.
And so, of course, Buzz and Woody help Jesse, who is the main focus of this movie, with trying to get the girls together. So,
That's cool.
It was a good plot, overall good story. Like you said, Watson, it's very familiar what we're going through right now.
Yeah.
With kids being...
It feels like, I mean, the way you're describing it feels like it was written by a parent.
Exactly.
It's like, I'm dealing with that right now.
I was just about to say, as a parent, is this something that...
like it's resonating a lot because
Right.
my kid's also 8 years old and he's getting out of the toy phase. Like we have a lot of like buckets of toy cars and stuff that he doesn't really play with anymore.
Yeah, there's even a scene of like the toys in the closet. It's like, oh, they're gonna, or oh no, that was 4. Never mind. I'm thinking of when he's like they're gonna pick me this time. But
Right.
In this one, obviously, Woody is living with what's her name?
Bo Peep.
Bo Peep on the in the
They're
parks.
rescuing toys.
Yeah, rescuing toys and
abandoned
stuff
toys.
like that. But yeah, there's still that Jesse's took over as the Woody role, trying to get her to play with them. You even see the scenes that they used to do with Andy, where they're acting out like a wedding or something like that. So those were fun to see.
They were fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I think the girl that they're trying to connect Bonnie with, she lives in the old house that Jesse's owner used to live in, and like there's a tree on a hill where they used to hang out and stuff. And like there's like the big dramatic drop in it is like Jesse or Bonnie comes to collect because the new girl finds Jesse and they're trying to get him to be like, oh, take back, and then you want to play, but Bonnie was made fun of through the lily pad, and she's like, no, I don't want the toy, and Jesse takes it to heart, and like she runs away up to where the tree is, and she notices there's like a dirt pile where I guess her old owner dug up and like buried a little tin,
and
and
like
it
a lunch
had
box,
and it had a picture of her owner that's an adult now and her baby, and the baby's named after her toy Jessie. And then it was just like, it's like that almost got me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Pixar knows. And like, there's a button they can press to make everyone cry.
Yeah.
And so no, I thought they did a great job with that. I was wondering, I was like, are they gonna have like a big dramatic scene for the thing? They did it. They pulled it off. They did a good job. So.
Yeah, it's well done. I mean, it's it was a fun movie. It was again trying to get the girls together. Blaze is the other girl, trying to get them together. Blaze and Jesse, or Blaze and Bonnie together, are trying to get the toys. How they're scheming to like, we have to have them meet.
Yeah,
using technology, which Jesse is fearful and kind of and hateful towards because of what it's done to other kids, what it's doing to Bonnie. But then they use technology, especially with Smarty Pants, somehow as an online connection.
Well, because Smarty Pants connected to 2 other things. There was like an alligator GPS thing,
toy,
and then there was a camera,
like an old school like digital.
And so
camera.
they were like they imported into him because he had the batteries, and they were like, finally, we're activated again. And
but Smarty Pants had a way to send messages.
Yeah, like I guess there was some sort of a weird link that he had.
Like an old email kind of connection that he was able to.
What was this? It was the same thing that was linked to that was Lily Pad. She's connected to all these Buzz Lightyears. That was a weird start to the movie. There was all these Buzz Lightyears that crashed off of a ship, I think.
Yeah, it's on a cargo
and
container.
then they all like start turning on and they get each other out of the wreckage, and like they see the North Star and they're like Star Command, and then they're trying to find their way, and they come across the message that they sent out, and they see the star on Jesse's like the sheriff's star, and she's like Star Command, and they try to make their way to, and they all kind of converge on each other,
like a small soldiers.
A little bit,
and they all have drone capabilities. So
they're advanced. They're advanced ones now.
Because they communicate. They link up through the internet. And, So they're the advanced model. There's a really cute part in there too, where because there's like over a dozen of them.
There's like probably 30.
Yeah. So one of them gets lost. He gets stuck on a tree root, and his family comes through the trees, and they all scatter because they don't. They see it as an enemy, They know they're toys.
They still think they're real,
right? So he gets the one that got stuck gets picked up by this family as they're camping, And so, like, we got to go get him back. So they go to the they pick up a bunch of weapons about to fuck this family up.
Yeah.
And so they see in the tent, and the family's like sitting there like reading like a bedtime stories, and they see the buzz in the kid's in the kid's arm, and the buzz is like, I'm good. Throws up a thumbs up. He's
I found home.
They kind of give like a nod,
and they're all like, okay,
that's
good.
funny.
And they let him stay with the family.
Yeah.
So it was cute. Yeah. And then
my question, I guess, would be: do they villainize technology in this movie? Is like
here's the problem with it. I think that Disney didn't go far enough. At first, they do villainize it. Lily eventually sees that she's hurting Bonnie because she's not playing. The friends are being mean to her.
Yeah.
She's monopolizing all her time on her iPad. So Lily just starts off as kind of an antagonist towards the toys, and she's able to hack certain things herself, so that she sends a message to the parents to get all the toys out of the room. Oh, but she's
put them in the garage.
Yeah, she sends a message from herself as Bonnie saying, "Hey Dad, can you put all these toys all the toys in the garage?" That happens. So at first she starts as antagonistic, but then she sees that she's hurting Bonnie, so she throws herself into a moving truck that happens to be nearby. Yeah, they go get ice cream. And there's like a secondhand, there's like a secondhand store that's like boxing stuff up. So she throws herself in the boxes to like get away from Bonnie. She's hurting her. Oh. But then Jesse's plan is to use the other Buzz Lightyears to like try to link Blaze and Bonnie together. Oh. And that's when they figure out that they have like the drone technology. So they use Lily at the end to help out with everything in general.
Okay. Yeah.
So she kind of turns...
Right.
She turns good. Yeah.
She turns good. So what the writers are trying to do in this movie is saying that, well, Lily has this entire time has been trying to do the best for Bonnie.
Right.
Which to an extent is true.
Right.
So I feel that Disney didn't quite take it to that step. It's like where technology isn't being villainized.
Right.
It has its drawbacks.
It's a tool like everything.
Exactly. It has its ups and downs. It has pros and cons. I think that was, I don't know, it seems like they played it safe.
Yeah.
Because they're just trying to say, well, toys are good, but technology also helps.
Yeah. I mean, it's very like Inside Out too with anxiety.
Yeah.
Anxiety's trying to do the best for the character, but at the same time is hurting the character. I see that.
And like, there's a mid ground with Jesse meeting, Smarty Pants, and like they're ones that need power. But they've been thrown away. They've been in a drawer.
They're in a drawer, for years.
She kind of feels for Smarty Pants a little bit because, although she still dislikes him because he's electronic, and he's like, "You're the reason why I don't have my Bonnie." Blah blah blah. Yeah. But like, she kind of sees that he doesn't know what playtime is, and like he's been trying to get back to the house because he was like in a little playhouse outside, and he's like, "I haven't been here in so long." Like it feels like even electronic things get thrown away, and they kind of touch on that.
And when they get devices like Mr. Spell and stuff,
those
where they live.
Yeah.
When they get reactivated, the GPS and the digital camera. So the digital camera still has old pictures of Bonnie, so they start looking through and they see Bonnie, like, oh, look how much time.
Oh yeah, he missed
how much growth she's grown. The last time they saw her, she was like 3 or 4, so it's been 4 or 5 years, whatever.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, we've lost. Look how big she's gotten, and even Mr. Smarty Pants says the same thing. So. There's a funny part where, because he's a potty training toy.
Oh yeah.
She walks out of the bathroom and he's like, "She's doing it without me."
Yeah. And
so
like watching that, I was like, we are kind of like throwaway with a lot of electronic stuff.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it's just like, even if it's not like a regular toy, it's an electronic thing. So it's like, both things are in the same boat as time. You're not going to use either.
But it was cool how they used tech, not just Lily. They used Smarty Pants to send messages. The GPS was helping track where Bonnie and Blaze were at a certain time. The digital camera was taking pictures and sending them through Mr. Smarty Pants.
Yeah.
For like as Blaze toward pretending to be Blaze to Lily to Bonnie so they could get together. So they were using new and old technology to try to get these. So that's what I was saying. Like Disney was basically saying, it's not terrible. It's how you use it.
Yeah.
It's the pros and cons to everything.
Is there a lot of the old characters? Like, I'm not hearing a lot about Mr. Potato Head. Or
they're in it, but they're like in the background. Mr. Potato Head is there. He's the pig is there. What's his name from Cheers? But he has like 3 lines, dude.
No, the pig has short. The dinosaur Rex still has a good amount of
Rex.
lines.
Still there. Yeah.
But
the Slinky Dog.
Since we're with Jesse a lot of the time, and then Woody and Buzz are on there.
Everyone's
adventure.
kind of on the outside.
Yeah, everyone's kind of. So it's been mainly Buzz, Woody, Jesse, and then the new characters at Blake's house.
And Jesse's horse.
Bullseye.
Bullseye, yeah.
That was one thing I brought up after seeing that movie. It was like, okay, so all the toys can speak, and then so you got a dinosaur that can speak, and a piggy bank thing, and like all the animal things can speak. Yeah. But then how come her horse doesn't speak?
Doesn't speak. He does speak in when they're playing. Remember, they have a fantasy.
Well, yeah, but that's a fantasy. Yeah. But I mean, like he should be talking like the rest of the toys.
You would think so. I think
it's a Pluto Goofy situation.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Is Pluto a dog like Goofy that's just a little slow?
I mean, I don't know, but I will say Blake, the new girl that they were trying to connect, she's got a collection of horses on her thing, and those horses don't speak. So I'm like, do all horses just not speak?
It seems like it does.
But everything else can talk.
Who's writing these rules?
I need to know the toy rules here. You need to break it down.
I like Bullseye. I think he's so cute.
No, Bullseye's great.
Yeah.
I understand played like a dog.
No, he's pretty much a dog. But I'm just like,
he's great in this movie.
We had a Slinky dog that could talk.
It's true.
So I was like, what are the rules here? I need to know.
Yeah.
Maybe Bullseye could talk, just doesn't have anything to say.
I was hoping that would be like revealed at the end of this or something. Like, I was like, oh yeah, I could talk the whole time.
Yeah.
But I know in the playtime they gave him a voice, and he's like,
it's sad that we don't see some of the toy, like remember the RC car.
Yeah,
gone. The Mr. Strongman from the first one.
Yeah, I think it's like the third or fourth one they talked about. A lot of them got relocated and stuff.
Well, the Army men are gone, you know.
I thought in 4, because Bo Peep was using an RC car, I thought that was the same one, but maybe it's a different
He RC might, because they were using an RC car in this one, but it's like it's got a skunk cover on it, remember?
Yeah,
but I don't know if that's the same one. I can't remember.
I think it's probably a different one or something like that, but yeah. You know.
Oh, and then the stunt guy is in this as well from the last one.
Oh, yeah. Kaboom.
Duke Kaboom.
Yeah, Duke Kaboom, yeah.
The best stunt man in Canada.
Yeah.
I love
He's in it. He's working with Bo Peep and Woody. So, yeah, it's good. They make a cute team.
I need them to bring Michael Keaton back as Ken. I'm missing, because he wasn't in 4 either, and I was like, oh, come on.
No, there's another funny part of, so they're trying to get to Blaze's house, and they're on the side of the road. They're all walking, there's a bunch of toys. And the car, and they just ran and they just drop.
Oh yeah,
and then the car passes. They get back up and keep moving.
Which is a big TikTok thing. Have you seen that? Like,
no.
There's a lot of people pretending to be toys.
Oh really?
So you're doing like regular tasks, and then just like people, and then they all just pass out.
I mean, if anything, it's a call out to playing a game in the street. And it's like car.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Overall, I had a good time. I think there are a lot of, like Chad said, a lot of heartfelt moments. Did we need another Toy Story movie?
Not really.
Probably not. I think it would have been fine just leaving it at 3.
They're gonna keep making these.
They're just keep making them, yeah. And I mean,
until they
just about to
don't
say
make money.
Budget was $250. It's at $764 again. Damn. So it has to be what $550 to start becoming profitable. It's at $764 now. So it's definitely made money. So they're definitely we're gonna get another one. You know?
I think how they're gonna do it is like, we're gonna get a third one with Bonnie, and then that'll end with her or something, and then you get transferred to a new kid, because you had 3 movies with Andy, you have 2 now with Bonnie.
Yeah,
and like, I think although she's not old enough to get rid of her toys, it's like, I'm sure maybe there will be a time jump for the next one.
Yeah, they keep moving the timeline along, you know.
Yeah, but as that goes, I think the toys will probably get phased out too. Like maybe less Woody, less Buzz, and eventually less Jesse, and then more towards like a new toy that's introduced.
Toys the next generation.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. So it should be interesting to see how it develops. But I think if I just come across like, oh, we're at Toy Story 10, I'm like, all right, I'm good.
At 10 you'll be done? At 10?
I mean,
not at 8 or 9?
They could lose me after 6. Who knows? We don't know yet, but I could give it another trilogy after Bonnie, maybe.
There's a toy war.
Yeah.
If
anything, I want a small soldier toy to make a cameo in Toy Story.
Well, that'd be sick. A militarized
that's Universal,
toy.
Is it?
That's Universal, yeah.
Yeah.
But still be sick to have like a militarized toy.
I mean, they kind of had that with the Carl Weathers. His is like the G.I. Joe, where they're all different costumes. It's like, now I'm the sailor. I'm the So I think it would be fun just to see, because they got rid of the Army Men figures.
Well, if it took them 35 years to do 5 movies, we're going to be old men by the time.
Has it been 35 years?
No. Yeah, since 95 was the first one. So 30 years.
30 years, yeah.
These
Still, yeah.
these toys
Holy
will
shit.
I mean the movies will still hit because I still have action figures. So
Yeah, it's true.
so it will never get old.
Never get
I will never age, and the movies will never age. Okay.
By that point, AI will be so good they've got like all of Tom Hanks'
Yeah.
lines.
Yeah,
probably.
exactly.
Or his brother's like, you know what? I'll just do the movie now
Yeah.
because he does the video games for his brother.
He does
So,
everything.
yeah.
He does all the
Oh,
toys.
does he?
Everything.
Oh, shit.
You know, and I've seen they've made animated promos like that were
Right.
for products and stuff.
That's
So-
all his brother. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like the amount of money that costs to animate just for those, 10 to 20 seconds. I'm like, and they're just promoting it's like, here's a new drink or McDonald's meal.
Right.
So it's like, wow, okay, all right. I guess you just throw the money around like that, but you don't use it towards the movies that need it.
Yeah. Would you guys recommend going and seeing this in theaters, or you just wait until it's on Disney?
I
Plus?
demand watching this
I'm
shit.
gonna go see it in theaters.
Sit down
Are
your
you
son and be
are you
like,
gonna take
learn
a
from
kid?
this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think,
How do you getting back to the parenting thing? How do you limit your son's screen time? Or?
Yeah, we do. We have a cutoff point, but it is like we were saying, like it's getting harder because like the other day he was over at his friend's house and they were playing Fortnite. You know, like I go over there to pick him up and I'm like, so what have they been doing? It's just been playing Fortnite. You know, and he's like, oh, Dad, why don't we have Fortnite? I'm like, well, we have to talk about that. You know, because like. It is a big thing of how kids socialize now.
Yeah.
It's like it's same with like YouTube clips and stuff. It's like a lot of them talk through like what they've seen on YouTube or like like there's this thing called like Italian brain rots is a thing, and that's how it's. So it's like you don't want your kid to be completely in that world, but you don't want them to feel like social pariahs because they don't know it.
This is a big part of the Toy Story 5. Yeah,
and this is the hard thing with kids. It's like.
Not to cut you off, but like I think it also depends on where you live. Like if you're in a city, it's hard to have them riding their bikes around and doing whatever.
Yeah.
Like I was in in the suburbs in New Jersey, and like at least we had like riding our bikes around and like doing some outside. But at a point, we just went over friend's house to play like PlayStation 2 or Xbox, and it was just on the cusp of like talking over the. Because you couldn't talk online to people yet. And so you had to go over to the friend's house to play at least with them.
Yeah.
And so I still had that to work off of and like, oh, it's like, and then you just talk about your gameplay with them at school or oh yeah, I beat this level with the so I think since we're so advanced now that they don't need to be in vicinity, it kind of sucks that, obviously we didn't have the iPhone at the time I was playing video games, so it wouldn't be like, oh, I'm looking at this while you play that level or something like that. So it's hard. It's harder, yes. Yeah. So I can imagine it's a minefield to navigate.
I mean, you saw when my kid was here with his friends. Yeah. They were they're all looking at a phone because of the video game that he was playing. And he wanted to share that experience with them, and they did that for a little bit, and then they went off and played in the bounce house. Yeah. They were having a great time. So I think it is like there is a balance that has to be maintained. There is this way of like enjoy the real world, but like you can enjoy these things too. But there's like you need to have a cutoff point, and as a parent, you've got to be involved. Yeah, you can't just be like, here, do that thing, and walk away. Yeah, unfortunately, it's like you need to be conscious of what they're watching at all times and what they're experiencing, and make sure that like when he plays Roblox. I always make sure like the parent there's like a parenting control. Thank you, is on so that he can't chat with people. Okay, because I don't want some random person reaching out to him. Right. Yeah. So and just telling him like, hey, yeah, you can play this, but there's some people that will take advantage of you on this, or they'll say mean things. And so it's a constant fun. Thing we're dealing with.
Yeah. I mean,
it sounds
getting introduced to Xbox Live, like I want to say it was like 2001. It could have been later, but I was just shocked how everybody was talking to each other. I was like, whoa,
dude, yeah,
and
2006, 7, 8-ish, somewhere around there. Between 2007 and 2010, but I was playing a lot of Call of Duty online.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Dude, and
those servers, Battlefield,
dude. I mean, the nastiest shit talking.
And a lot of it was coming from like younger kids.
Yeah, well, that's what I was about to say.
Oh, yeah.
What really pissed me off was when we'd be like, "Yeah, fuck you, yeah, no fuck, I got you, bro. Yeah, I got you, I owned you." And it's some little fucking kid, and I'd tell the kid straight up, like, "Dude, your parents are bad parents. Why are you here? Get off, get off." And you could tell it was like a kid under 12, like, "Fuck off, kid." And then I'd be like, "Shut the fuck up, you little bitch!" Like, talking shit to him. "Fuck you! I fucking owned you, you fucking piece of shit!" Like, oh my god, it was those totally toxic
Brutal.
lobbies.
And now it's like super racist.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Well, I mean, it was even that back then.
Yeah,
but like,
for sure.
I would say it's kind of toned down because I still play online sometimes, and I haven't run across any like it's obviously more black guys that I've come across that they're the ones throwing it around and like, but they're just calling everybody, and I'm like, okay, all right, I guess it's good and bad, but it was just like it's just.
Chad says this, but he's black as well. So
yeah, no,
just to clarify,
I think they've seen the pictures. They know.
Yeah.
I'm of.
There's video.
Yes, but no, it's just like I'm just not saying it on here because I don't know anyone listening. But
we don't want to be flagged for anything.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean it's a weird world on there. Plus they monitor a lot now,
lot of shit,
and you
now,
could be reported by other players.
The reporting is
is
very
that the
quick
next
now.
Toy Story movie? It's just them
That's
playing
it,
Call of Duty
the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That'd be great. That'd be crazy.
What do you get?
The Xbox start talking. Come on, man, hook up online.
It's a crossover with Wreck-It Ralph. So.
Yeah.
Woody gets online. We found out he's super racist. He just puts everybody out.
Whoa,
damn,
buddy.
the truth came out.
Woo!
The Call of Duty lobby.
He was
Yeah.
He does
white
not like
sheriff
losing.
from the 50s.
He does not like getting sniped.
360 no scope.
Gotta hate the snipers, dude. Gotta hate the snipers.
I was a sniper.
You were? I was a camper, dude. I was a camper. I love camping.
Well, that's what a sniper does.
No, but campers do it up close. Because they just wait for people to run through.
Yeah. I mean, I used to on the ones that
I loved it. It was so
that
good.
didn't
People
look-
hated me for that.
they didn't when it didn't look too clear, like on the floor, and there were still dead bodies of other people. I would just lay next to the dead body and wait for them to drop and shoot them as they go by.
You watch like Enemy at the Gates. You're like,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yep. And some of them, especially the World War II one, had mines you could place down. So as people ran by, the mine would go off.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
I would have the martyrdom where I drop 2 grenades when they kill me.
Yeah.
I'm like, ha, you died.
Yeah.
I don't care if I die, but you're coming with me.
And then you go after the game, you go right to the lab. Fuck you, fucking kid.
Yeah,
You suck. You fucking suck. It was great.
I got 20 kills.
Just people just screaming at each other.
Oh my God.
Now everybody just screams at their KO with everybody's like, your kill ratio sucks.
Yeah.
Dude. I'm like, okay, all
You're
right.
cringe, bro.
I have a job, so I can't do this all day.
Oh, the worst ones were you join a game log, you're on a team because we go team deathmatch.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, get on there, and somebody was like either drunk or sucked, and they were like a huge liability because they're getting killed left and right. So the other team was racking up points. Everybody's screaming at the end, "What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing?" Oh, so great! I
And
remember
then everybody kick him.
Yeah,
and then
kick him
they
out.
would kick him out of
or we shoot him. Yeah, it's great. The good old days.
Because you could vote now in most.
Oh, you
games.
can?
Yeah, you
Oh,
can
interesting.
vote to
I
kick
know that.
people.
Oh, interesting.
So like if they're killing their own teammates,
I
or if
see
they're
that.
being mean, you can just get them kicked.
I would do that if somebody was like completely owning me and they just happened to be on my team the next game. Like, I'm gonna get back at this fool. Wait till their kill count was out and shoot him in the back of the head, and then we'd be like going at it the same team. It was a lot of fun.
Friendly fire.
Yeah, a lot of fun. So the other movie that you guys watched, I didn't see this, Disclosure Day, the latest Steven Spielberg film. What did you guys think about this?
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm a Steven Spielberg fan, and sorry,
You like the Steven Spielberg Steelbooks?
No,
No?
but
You gotta get 'em on
I was
Steelbook.
about to say I was like I have the Steven Spielberg list, but inside
talked
joke.
about
We
this.
all
Yeah.
incur. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I kind of went in hoping that it's like, oh, he's back in his bag.
That's what we all hoping.
And
apparently.
but I'd say this movie is good, but it wasn't what I wanted. I wanted it to be more, but it felt like he made this late. Like this should have been made maybe like 5 years ago or more.
It's really interesting because like they advertise this with just like his name. It was
Yeah.
just like Spielberg,
Mm-hmm.
disclosure date, and it was like,
Here's the countdown.
right, exactly. And they made, like, I was like, oh, okay, like, this is going to be, continuation with, like, Third Encounters kind of deal.
Close Encounters.
Yeah, Close Encounters, thank you. And going into it, like, I was, like, excited for it. I was gonna, like, is this going to be his return back to, like, serious sci-fi,
Yeah.
which he hasn't done in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Since, War of the Worlds?
Yeah, I think that was the last one.
So
Yeah.
I was looking forward to it, and then what we got was, I think, a very interesting take on, like, how people control the narrative and how we control information
Yeah.
more than anything else.
Yeah, I think that was more of the focus than the alien part of it.
Yeah.
Really. And
Like, that was almost like an afterthought.
yeah. And I think he could have done that kind of plot in a completely different story. It didn't need
Yeah.
the alien aspect of it. So it's interesting. I think Aliens took away from that
Yeah.
plot line, if anything. I was just like, mainly the whole movie was like, when am I going to see the alien? When am I going to see the,
Right.
the ships and things like that? And I was like, okay, this is mainly a thriller, like we're chasing them, and
Right.
and, like there were some cool things, but I was just like, it just feels empty compared to his past stuff that he's done.
I thought it was weird, too, that we start the movie on the back foot already, where, the first scene is at this, like, someone going to see wrestling. It's like a wrestling show.
Reminded me of Highlander beginning.
Yeah,
when they
yeah,
started the wrestling.
absolutely.
I was like, oh shit.
And then already our main character is at gunpoint.
Yeah.
He's, like, passing information along. They've got his girlfriend kidnapped, and, like, you are just like, whoa,
Yeah.
what's going on? Who are these people? Why should I care? And, like, she's kidnapped, but she doesn't know anything about it, so she's like, what's going on? And he gets to, like, basically give big info dumps as they're on the road.
Yeah.
But it was just a weird place to start the movie.
Yeah, I mean, like, there wasn't a moment to really take in the world, like the surrounding world,
Right.
Because you only got who we're following, and then I forget what their company government name was that controls all the alien stuff, but they're like the bad guys, or they're the ones trying to keep the secret and from being put out there, but.
And then they never really explain why it's so important that they don't tell the world.
Well, I mean, they've kind of said it. It was more of like throwaway lines, like it's like people can't understand or wouldn't be able to comprehend like the aliens being real, and like how at least with his girlfriend, because she used to be a nun, and like she was religious, like because it would destroy so much people's faith, and like I think that was another kind of theme.
That was kind of a drop theme.
God,
as well.
Faith and science,
right?
And like how they can't be combined, but like even one of the nuns she worked under was like, I think God wouldn't make just us. Why would he make just us and stuff like that? So I was like, that's a cool conversation, but I think that should have been more in the forefront than.
I agree. I feel like there was like several scripts here that were kind of smooshed together.
Yeah.
Like there was the main story of him, the main, I forgot what the actor's name is. Sorry, but
Josh O'Connor.
Josh O'Connor's
O'Connor.
character. Thank you. Yeah, he's kind of like a Snowden-esque character who works for a company, finds out everything about these aliens, and then decides to steal all the information and try to release it all.
Sure.
And
now, do they explain why he just doesn't put it online?
There's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's like 50 years worth of information on like these hard drives that he's got, and so he's trying to get it to. Like, there's like a resistance,
led
factor.
by Domingo
Coleman Domingo.
Coleman Domingos.
Yeah, who also used to work for this company.
Yeah.
And he's like, get it to me, and we can get it on the television and broadcast it, basically. And once it's out there, they won't chase you.
Right.
And so, but it would have been easier if he just put it online. You're right.
Yeah.
It's yet again.
Now, is this like the U.S. government, or is this a private corporation?
It's a private company that is funded with the government.
Yeah, they're like
a contractor or something.
Yeah, it's like a
Like even they keep stuff from the president and things like that. So like, it's on a need to know if you really
right.
And it's like they can be like, no, we don't want the government's help. unless this gets hairier for some reason.
Right.
So they kind of keep it contained, but they have they could do whatever they want pretty much,
Right.
but like kill anybody who gets in their way and things like. Although they don't really do too much of that.
No.
It's been mainly like Colin Firth, like using the device to.
Yeah.
So what is this device that they?
So there's alien artifacts basically
that this company has had.
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
Okay.
And they say it's kind of like a tuning. It's almost like a tuning fork kind of deal.
Yeah.
Where he can tune himself into someone else's brain,
Mm-hmm.
so he can either take over you or he can talk to you through it. But it's like you have to be trained on it. Like if you don't, really know how to use it, it could just destroy you.
Yeah.
And so like you see like they all wear gloves when they touch it, and if you take your glove off and grab it, like you can connect with people.
Okay.
Or like this one guy grabs it and like just disintegrates.
Evaporates into
yeah.
the
Shit. Okay.
So it's kind of it does everything
Yeah.
kind of deal. Like it's also they use it like the end of the movie to power a whole TV station.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a multi-use.
So it does
device.
whatever the plot needs it to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
All right.
and so you find out that his character as a young boy, him and Emily Blunt were both taken by aliens and experimented on.
Yeah, it was sort of like they imbued them with an ability, but it's hidden until they get to a certain.
They get activated,
Yeah.
basically. And so he's like, he knows everything about math.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got this whole thing of like, I know every equation. I can see math as a language, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then her powers, which come on very later,
Yeah.
like she's just kind of hanging out as a weather girl, like with her boyfriend, and then a bird comes in and she just kind of goes and like clicks it on, and she's like an empath almost.
Okay.
Like she can speak every language, she
hear
can
thoughts
read people's thoughts, she can kind of know what's wrong with you. And they explain it. It's like they're two halves. Like he knows the math of he knows the language of the universe, which is math, and she knows humanity.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
and that's the way the aliens can
Talk to them.
because
to us.
they speak in kind of math.
Yeah.
Like
Like
all those
the clicking
clicks.
that you hear in
Yeah.
the trailer, that's them speaking, or she's speaking for them there.
Right.
And
then he can actually decipher it.
yeah.
Okay.
And so they never really get into why.
I was about to say, why do the aliens do that?
Yeah, did they know she was going to become a news anchor?
Right. No.
It's a little far-fetched.
Did they
but-
choose her specifically because she's a news anchor? Like, I don't understand why would the
because
aliens...
she's a little girl when she gets chosen.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
And why only do...
Oh, so that little girl we see in the...
Yeah,
it's a
in the trailer,
flashback
that's
to
her.
her.
Yeah.
Oh, I see, okay.
And like, why only do... And they
What?
to make it comfortable when they appear to them, the two kids,
they show up as
they
like
animals and
yeah.
stuff like
They're
that.
I see, so that's why the animals are approaching.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But yet the animals are involved because when the cardinal shows up to her house, that's not an alien in disguise. That's just a cardinal.
I thought that might have been, maybe it was an alien, but like you had
They're not like shapeshifters.
That's true, but I think the aliens know for some reason because when they were at the warehouse, when Josh O'Connor and his girlfriend were high and all the deer were like staring at him,
yeah.
I was like,
Is that just a field of aliens?
obviously they're probably not aliens,
Like
And
mental projected?
But they're somehow attracted to what
attracted
he
to
can do.
him for some reason because he's got an alien
empath?
thing imbued in him, or whatever. I don't know. They don't really explain.
They never
a lot.
explain the animal
They-
thing?
Nah.
No,
Really?
not
Oh,
really.
That makes sense.
And like, yeah, it was like they're trying to get Emily Blunt to remember her abduction and stuff, so they build a whole house like her original home.
Yeah, that was a little crazy.
Yeah.
It was like they want to try to activate like her powers fully. So they're like, we got to do this kind of like therapy so that you can relive the experience of getting kidnapped by the aliens.
This is the aliens doing
No,
it.
this is Coleman doing
Coleman Domingo, yeah.
Oh, I see, okay.
like trying to like you got to know why you're chosen kind of deal.
Yeah. But they don't really answer why she was chosen.
Nope.
So they just
yeah, but
they just show
Yeah,
when
it's
she was
like
chosen.
20 storylines all
it just
converge
doesn't
into
it
this.
doesn't explain what's special about her. The aliens just chose her?
No, not really.
Yeah.
They just like they have a pair of them so that she can kind of talk to them about humanity and he can talk to math.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. Why
Like,
wouldn't
maybe
one
they're going
person-
off of Adam and Eve type of thing, but like you could have done that to more people throughout time of the movie. I mean, of the world.
Yeah.
But yeah. So it's kind of like leaves you with bunch of questions, and like the movie does end on like a somewhat of a cliffhanger.
Somewhat, yeah.
Because it's just like, all right, and it like
so the whole movie is them being chased by Colin Firth,
right?
Trying to get this information, trying to get them to stop them from releasing the information.
Okay,
because the world's not ready for it.
Yeah.
And so they finally get to, the
news station.
The news station. They upload all the footage. It goes out live,
and then they're calling other networks. Play what's going on this network, and all the networks tune in to start playing their footage.
You see the trailer. Everyone's like looking at their phones.
Yeah.
And so they're like, okay, the message is out there that aliens exist, because it's like 40 years, 50 years of footage and all this, and they're like, well, and they cut to like another. It's weird they don't really use Emily Blunt a lot, because they cut to another newscaster.
Yeah, from at another network,
who's like, wow,
she's like all the footage coming.
She's killing it. She's the best actress in the movie. She's just like shocked at what she's seeing, and I was just like, I'm digging her. Like, what was Emily Blunt's job?
Well, she's a weather girl. So
yeah, exactly. And then. And then it cuts back, and of course, like, the kicker of it is like, well, we got one more thing to show the world, and out comes this like
it was an alien that Coleman Domingo helped escape years ago, and he's been hiding him away,
like a gray alien, basically.
But he's like huge in a wheelchair. And what I really wanted it, because like you just saw the wheelchair first. I was like, oh my god, please let this be. Richard Dreyfuss from Close Encounters.
I said the same thing.
And it would have been like, hey, I'm back, and I have a message for us.
Yeah, I wanted the same thing.
And I was like,
that would have been great.
I'm like, yes, at least it had this button for me, but no, it was just an alien.
It was just an alien.
And he like leans forward and whispers in Emily Blunt's ear, and then, or Josh's ear.
Josh's ear first.
And then he tells her.
And then he whispers to her.
And then she's about to say something, and then the camera cuts.
Yeah, she says, listen. And then that's the end of the movie.
Yeah.
So, what's the aliens'
Spielberg.
plan? What's their goal? Do you know?
It's like
a good question.
I think
like,
it's
why are they fucking with
save
her?
that for the second movie. No,
I mean it seemed like,
are they trying to get this guy back that was in the wheelchair?
No,
the boy back.
I think he's trying to be like, we're here to help. We're not we're not evil. We
don't really know what they're there for.
And that's the other thing. Why approach her, this random person, instead of like just presenting to the president of the United States or the UN and saying this is us, instead of like going through all these back channels, like, let's use this random person.
I think it's because they needed the two-part to understand what they wanted, because yet again they speak in like clicks and stuff. So it's like, it's not like Paul with an alien speaking like Seth Rogen.
Yeah, no, but
Seth Rogen reference.
There you go, another one. See,
but it's they needed to be able to convey their message through these two.
They need a communicator and a translator, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, it's like a radio and a speaker.
They need a smarty pants with a.
But I think the thing, although we didn't get to hear what she was about to say, I think they've been trying to get in contact with the human race, but the government's
been suppressing,
been cutting them up and experimenting on them, and like, because it shows up all these different,
like
Roswell, and you see a video of him like sawing into one of the aliens, like they get uncomfortable about.
But they're small grays.
They're small. So there's different races, I guess, of aliens.
I guess,
but they don't really go into any of the actual alien stuff.
This is an incredibly advanced species, obviously, that could just destroy
us. But the thing is, we're so stupid, we can't understand them.
Yeah, that'd be like
all the experiments they did on the aliens. They could have tried to learn from them through these two people, but they instead
it's like a bunch of scientists go back in time and try to talk to cavemen.
Yeah, pretty much.
How do you do it?
I guess, but it's also, it's like,
you need a translator.
It's like if there's like an uncontacted.
I gotta find one girl. But if you think about it, in Arrival, Amy Adams was the one.
Yeah, but they show up. They show up in a ship and say, "Here we are. We just want to communicate. We don't know how to communicate with you."
Much better.
Yeah, no, Arrival is obviously much better.
This is the metaphor that I'm thinking of. Think of an uncontacted tribe, say in the Amazon, that's still living in the Stone Age.
Yeah,
and the United States government wants to make contact with them. And they keep holding us at bay.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah.
It's just, no, there's no way.
Yeah, and there's no real reasoning why they would be suppressing the information.
Because anyone who witnesses it, I think there was like a throwaway line. Yeah, we make them look like crazies, and I was like, okay. But the fact that this movie came out and then in the real world they've revealed and people are like, let's pay more attention to the war overseas.
There is a lot of shit going on. It's shit is so crazy when the government's like, yeah, there are aliens. It looks like, and we're just like, yeah, whatever, dude. I'm paying more grocery store.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly. Why don't you bring down the gas, bud?
Yeah, exactly. My rent is too damn high. I don't give a fuck about no aliens. Yeah. Are they gonna pay my rent for me? I don't care.
Is everything free now?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, what did you guys? Did you enjoy it at least, or you? Because it seems like you guys were kind of confused.
I mean, I enjoyed the chase part of it.
Yeah,
that was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, look, Spielberg is a master at what he does.
Sure,
right, and everything looked really good. I just feel like it's a really flawed script. There's some visuals that happen for there's a bit where it's in the trailer where he's in the middle of a field and suddenly what's that called?
Crop circles.
Crop circles happen around him.
Mm-hmm.
Never explained.
Well,
no reason for it.
I assumed it was because he was listening to her broadcast when she was doing the clicks.
Why that
it was causing. I don't know.
But there's no explanation to that? I saw there's in the trailer.
It just looks cool.
Well, but it looks like
because it never happens again.
And why is he? And what a coincidence! He just happens to be in a hayfield or a crop.
Well, they're on the run. If they're at a safe house,
so he's just standing in and it just happens.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's from the audio of the vocals of whatever alien language he's speaking, causing the circles as he's listening to it.
Because it starts and then he's like, oh, I understand what she's saying. Because that's the whole bit. Is right. Because he's like, what?
And then he's kind of
talking about. I know exactly what she's saying. And then it starts happening, and you're like,
yeah,
but why?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. That's. I mean, did you at least enjoy the film?
Parts of it.
Yeah. I think it was good. I think his girlfriend character is completely not really utilized. She's used as you find out they've only been seeing each other for 3 months, and she doesn't know anything he does, and he doesn't know anything about her being a nun.
I think she's mainly a reason.
Whoa, she's a nun.
She's an ex-nun.
She used to be a nun.
Okay. Yeah. He's dating a nun.
Because they even make a joke of he's like, we fucked a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, we had sex. No, but the whole thing was she was trained to be a nun, so she's the non-believer in aliens kind of thing.
But I think she's also the reason for him to spit out dialogue about what's going on.
Oh yeah, I mean,
because she's like, what's happening?
Yeah. Why am I on the run? And I'm still with you.
But she's also used as a weakness to him because Colin Firth will possess her and is like, will you be able to do what you can for your country and kill him? And
she's stabbing herself in the hand,
trying to come out of the hypnosis of the being controlled.
Now, can Colin Firth control anybody?
Yeah, if they bring up everything about the person or pictures, and he's able to just concentrate on that, and he finds.
So he can just go into the mind of the president and launch nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
Mm.
But it is a straight.
Why doesn't he just go into Emily Blunt or the other guys?
Because they have a mental block with their hidden thing.
Okay.
He's not able
alien
to.
Juice in him.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Well. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you recommend it?
I mean,
it's one. I'll say I liked it more than Supergirl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I like it was somewhat original concept. So I mean, with the aliens, implanting a communication device and stuff like that. So it was just they could have done something more interesting with the film, and it just leaves a lot of holes and stuff like that. So
okay.
I'm not even thinking. I can't put it in the top 20 Spielberg movies.
No,
and I think it was an okay movie, but not a great movie.
Yeah,
nothing.
It's been a weird year, here we are. We're halfway through the year, and the biggest movies of the year have all been small independent horror movies.
Right.
Yeah.
There's
all these big I'm sure when Spider-Man comes out, that's probably going to be a huge hit.
Correct.
Yeah.
And the Odyssey is coming out later half of the year.
Yeah.
But it's been an interesting year for cinema.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe it's just been the films have been less inspired, and it's some of it's been treading old ground with like sequels and things like that. But I think it's just, I don't know. I mean, there's so many more alien stories you could tell, and like to go with that one, I was like, okay. I mean, I know we're getting a new reboot of X-Files. It's just like there's only so much you could do before it gets boring. So I don't know how long he's had his mindset on this story,
right? Or
if he had it years ago and he's like, you know what, I'll finally do this or something. But
because I mean, it did feel like a dated kind of thing. Cause you can imagine like in the writer's room, and then at the end, an alien shows up. Like, that should have been the big like, wow, we fucked you up.
It
with
does
that.
feel like a '90s movie, you know?
Right?
Yeah,
and it's just kind of a malaise. It's just like,
I wanted a big gray
alien,
bigger thing at the end reveal. You know, like just, or at least. I think it would have been interesting to see if they started the movie with revealing it to everyone, and then we got to see how the Earth worked or around that. Like, did it go into chaos? Did we have to worry about people freaking out? Or not many people explore that usually. It's usually just the aliens blowing up the planet, and then they're obviously running. Or I guess the man who built the Earth. There's that. Cold War-esque conflicts, like delete your weapons or we'll obliterate their. So there's some elements to do, but I don't know. It's hard to really make something new and fun instead of I don't know. Get James Gunn to do it.
Box office is at 207. The budget is about 115. So Hollywood math 2.5 times your budget in order to start to become profitable. So it's probably lost about $64 million right now.
Yeah, I mean another one that was very heavily advertised, and there was not trailers, but there was posters everywhere with just the eye and Spielberg's name on it.
Yeah, it's just I mean, I don't think that this is a story that's captivating a lot of people, and it's not doing well on the box office wise. But like you said, it's a strange year. It does feel like a movie from a different time. Like if it has come out maybe in like the 2000s, the 90s, it probably would have been definitely would have been more profitable. I think we've been getting bombarded with a lot of alien stuff lately, just in, like we were just talking about, in real life. We've had so much stuff, since the 90s. Independence Day, Close Encounters. I mean, on Arrival.
Right.
Yeah. It's just people were kind of not as interested in it as. Again, you would think it'd be the opposite because of so much stuff that's been the actual disclosure that's been going on. With our government, but it just doesn't seem like people are that interested.
There is a really good scene in the movie. I'll give you this. They're on the run and they're coming close to the train tracks. And one of the black SUVs that the bad guys have, of course, rams into the back of them, and they're trying not to get hit by a train. And they like escape the train and get onto the to the train. And Emily Blunt is having like a real human reaction, like like most action movies that would happen. They'll be like, "Whew, we survived." She has like a full-on panic attack.
Yeah.
And it's this, she acting the hell out.
Yeah, no, she's that.
Yeah,
and
she's a great actress.
He's able, and it's like this. They're in a train car filled with. Like pianos being transported, right? And Josh Connor's like, look, just put your hands on the strings of the piano. You can feel the vibration, and like it will calm you down and ease up your breathing. It's a beautiful scene, and I was like, I want more of this. Like that. Well, that guy was great about it.
I was shocked because with her awakened ability, she was able to just take so much in, and she was struggling with it, so she finally had this panic attack that just hit her. Yeah. After all this, like it's been welling up. It was like I think that should have been more throughout the movie. So I agree with you. Like she's got this ability that she should be more startled about it, but at times she was able to just focus and use it. So it was just weird that she's.
I wouldn't like. He seemed a little too normal of a guy. Who's like, if he's supposedly like this great, like I process math and it's this burden because I can't really connect with humans.
Yeah,
he's supposed to be this kind of almost autistic.
Well, I mean, it's probably a good thing they didn't go like full autistic.
No, I know, but give him a little bit of something.
No, yeah, just a weird quirk or something like that. Like, let me tap and it's actually Morse code. Or,
right. There's a reason behind it because like she gets the cool gift of being able to talk every language and like connect with people, and the poor guy's been like just dealing with math. You figure like
I mean, he even says it's like I hated being around other people because like I couldn't connect with them.
But you don't get that at all because right off the bat you see him with a girl.
Yeah,
like
but she's been closed off herself too by God.
Yeah, I'm a former nun, apparently. Yeah,
And math and God go together in Disclosure Day.
There you go.
that's the point of the movie. There you
There's
go.
the tagline.
That's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. That's what he was trying to say.
E equals MC Jesus.
Well, hopefully this is not the death of Steven Spielberg's career.
I doubt it.
No, he's
doubt
coming
it.
back with
Yeah.
another Jaws, baby. We
Yeah,
finally get that.
Hopefully, yeah. There you go. Jaws 7. What is it? What they're on?
maybe at
4 or
5.
5?
Five.
Fuck.
I thought the last one was. No, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
4 was was with the mom. So now they have to bring back the kids, and then it's like, you were after our mom, now you're after us again.
Yeah, Dennis
God.
Quaid was the kid in
And the
3.
third 3, yeah.
So have
That's
to
right.
Bring
him
Dennis
back.
Quaid back.
He's about, Roy Scheider's age.
I forget who played his brother in that. I don't remember. He was like the face I can see,
Well,
but
didn't he get eaten in 4? Didn't one of the brothers get?
oh yeah, he was in 4. No, he was friends with the Jamaican dude, and I think he survived. He was the one who helped kill the shark with the
Right,
mom.
because one of the brothers was a cop that gets eaten at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I have to it'll be revisit. Michael
Well,
Caine.
yeah.
I was I was at the beginning of the
That's it.
script, and I was at the end.
That's your homework.
I paid for a new
Watch,
house.
Yeah.
If he
did-
shows
yeah.
up in 5. that'll be
Oh my
great.
God!
I know your mother.
I promise to protect your mother.
He lands a helicopter on their lawn. The shark's back. And
99-year-old Michael Caine.
I promise to protect your mother. I promise to protect you.
although
And
he's
I haven't.
retired now.
That's right. He's retired.
So.
I thought he was not retired. I thought Vin Diesel was.
Oh no, he brought him back for one more role
He's
in the.
coming back in the next Fast Furious movie.
No, not the. It's the
Oh,
witch.
it's the- that's right.
What's it called?
The Last Witch Hunter.
The Last Witch.
No,
Hunter.
that's not gonna be his
There's
last
a
movie.
sequel.
Yeah, that's
Come
gonna be
on,
last.
dude.
Michael
Michael
Caine.
Caine. Come on, bro.
I
That
came
better
back.
not be your last
High.
movie.
This is one of my favorite films. I'm a big fan of Vin Diesel, and I thought I'd come back.
That
to
better
do
not be
the
his
Witch
last
Hunter.
role. Come
Vinny
on, dude.
D and me.
Vinny D.
Imagine that's the last thing
Yeah.
in your
No, I mean
portfolio.
what Gene Hackman's was Mooseport.
Oh, yeah.
Mooseport was not terrible. It wasn't
don't,
terrible.
Don't even.
It's definitely not. Come on.
That's how you wrap up
Yeah.
a career.
I'd rather see Witch Hunter than Mooseport.
I don't know about that one. Yeah. Remember they called him Eagle in that? That was his
Oh,
nickname.
God.
Hey, Eagle. I was like, what? Because of the Gipper.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. But yes, as this hopefully Disclosure Day will not be the death of Steven Spielberg's career, I did see The Death of Robin Hood, which is a film by Margot Aronofsky. He was directed by him. He directed Quiet Place Day 1, Pig, which
Love Pig.
yeah,
Love
Pig
Pig.
with
Pig's great.
with Nicolas Cage in it. Starring Hugh Jackman, Jodie Comer, Bill Skarsgård is in it. And it's not necessarily a retelling of Robin Hood. We all know the legend. You're from Nottingham,
Yes.
originally.
Well.
Oh, really?
I assume that you guys grew up with the legend of Robin Hood.
Can't get away from
Can't
it.
get away. And what's the legend say about Robin Hood? What were you guys told growing up?
Rob from the rich, give to the poor.
Say he's a good guy.
Good guy,
Yeah, he's an outlaw, but he does it because of a corrupt system.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
So that's not what this is. And apparently the original telling of Robin Hood from the original medieval legend was that he is a criminal,
Right.
and he does things that criminals do, occasionally giving to the poor, but
Right.
mostly taking from the rich because he just steals.
Yeah.
And he gives to the poor to mostly hide out amongst them.
Right.
Not
right.
out of
pay
some,
off.
right,
Yeah.
not out some altruistic, beneficial
Yeah.
thing. It's
Makes
just
sense.
because he wants to be able to hide amongst them. But when he doesn't, he'll just kill people and just take what they got. So this film follows that. It follows Robin Hood and his merry men at the end, basically at the end of their criminal careers. It's basically Old Man Logan to an extent, and the only one of his gang, the merry men, is Bill Skarsgård, who's left. Everybody else has been killed off. They've been imprisoned. They've died off because they live this movie follows the original retelling, or not the original telling, of Robin Hood, which is they are thieves who kill when they have to,
Right.
and are not altruistic and are not necessarily rebelling against a corrupt system. They're just outright thieves and murderers.
Just one question before
Yeah.
you keep moving. Is Maid Marianne a thing? Like that was never.
Maid Marianne is mentioned, but they've already moved on from that time, and they imply that he took advantage of her, not sexually, but just took advantage of her wealth and stole from her.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he didn't
He's
become
a real right bastard.
He didn't become a
he's-
prince or anything like
Nothing.
that.
No, they don't.
Okay,
They don't touch
okay.
upon the.
I see.
They don't even talk about who's in charge of it. They don't talk about, his
or the war before.
the legend of Robin Hood. He's rebelling against Prince Henry, whatever his name is. Prince Philip, I think, something like
Prince
that.
John.
Prince John.
Yeah.
He's rebelling against Prince John, who is in charge of England, while his brother Richard the Lionheart is off fighting the Crusades. But Prince John is corrupt, takes from people. That's the story we've gotten.
Okay.
Yeah.
That the reason that Robin Hood and his merry men had to rise up is because Prince John's corrupt, overtaxing people, taking what he wanted. So the merry men were the ones who represented the people. That is not what is happening. They don't mention Prince John at all. They just it's heavily not even implied. It's told that Robin Hood and the merry men, particularly Little John, are just out and out thieves and killers. We see Little John there's a scene where he just murders a passenger, just takes what he has. He's like, "Oh, Robin, I got bread," and that's how they eat for the night.
Was that Bill Skarsgård?
That's Bill Skarsgård.
He's Little John.
Yeah.
Huh.
Again, Robin Hood and Bill Skarsgård they're on the run to an extent. The merry men are all gone, killed off, imprisoned. They're the last ones left of the merry men. Bill Skarsgård has found some type of happiness. He has found a wife. He has a daughter. So he's kind of gotten away from the life to an extent. He finds the movie opens up with it's England. It's the middle of the winter, it seems. There's this young woman who looks like she's starting on the road. She's eating berries to stay alive. And she finds Robin Hood up in the mountains because he's sitting around a fire. He's the only one. He's an old man now. And she says, "Can I share your fire? Do you have any food? I'm starving." As it turns out, she's there to try and she's been looking for him. You think that she's been on the run from something. Again, going back to the, Prince John is corrupt. England is in trouble because of the Crusades and Prince John. No, she's been looking for him. That's her target because, as it turns out, Robin Hood murdered some of her family.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so he's sleeping in. She disappears. She's like, okay, well, she moves on. She comes back later at night. He's asleep, and she has a knife out, and they do it's kind of a trope now where he's laying there, plus asleep, and before she strikes him, he wakes up and takes it from her and brutally just murders her.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it just this movie starts off really brutal, and you see this theme throughout the film throughout the film that there are people that Robin Hood and his merry men have wronged, they've murdered, they've stolen from. So he's got this huge long list of enemies that are constantly after him, especially now at the end of his life, and that's one of the reasons why the merry men are gone, because a lot of them were killed off by the prince, by the crown, and mostly by blood feuds and vendettas. So there's a long blood feud going on with Robin Hood, a lot of people coming after him. Little John finds him. He says, "I need your help. Some people have taken over my farm. I got word that people have taken over my farm. I need your help." Great. That's when Little John just kills this random passenger, steals just for his bread and what he's got on him. So we see that there, and Robin Hood's just sitting there like, whatever.
Human life means
yeah, it's just
nothing.
it doesn't mean anything to him at this point. They do touch on how good he is with an arrow, and there's a brutal fight when they take back the they takes back the farm. They murder these guys that are there. Later on, we see that there's another clan or family, I suppose, that is also after Robin Hood and Little John, and they launch an attack on the farm later that night. And it's, one of the most brutal fights you've ever seen on. It's just them in the mud, just wrestling for a knife.
Oh yeah,
in the mud, just
I heard about this.
Robin Hood gets stabbed up. He's able to fight through it. Little John is able to come back. Is able to help him out. It's just like a family just attacking Little John's farm because they're trying to avenge their kin that they've been after Little John and Robin Hood for years. So Robin Hood is badly hurt in this. Little John takes him to an island that has a monastery on it, which is where I thought was where Marion was going to be, but it's just it's like a nunnery basically. They take him there to heal up, and then that's when the entire story shifts. Now it goes from Bill Skarsgård's character Little John is killed. His daughter comes to the island because the nuns bring her there. It's for somebody to take care of her. She's now wants to know how to hunt, how to use a bow and arrow, and she's now looking for vengeance against her father. But she's like 12,
Right.
so she's kind of basically asking Robin Hood to do it. Robin Hood slowly heals up at the nunnery. He meets a leper who's supposed to be Guy Gisborne, who is in the original Robin Hood legend is an adversary. He's a I think he's Little John's cousin or Prince John's cousin.
Yeah, he's like the lord of the area.
He's an adversary to Robin Hood.
Yeah.
But he's a leopard, so his face is covered up. We don't know it's Guy Gisborne. So little by little, Robin Hood, and that's basically the last action scene we get is in the beginning of the film after Robin Hood gets shanked up. We don't see Little John die; he dies off screen. And little by little, at this nunnery where people take in people who are beggars, people who are lepers, people who need a place to stay, basically, and they farm the land, they farm the manor.
That's mostly what we see in the trailer.
The trailer, exactly. Okay. So little by the second half of the film is a redemption story on Robin Hood and how he slowly begins to realize that his life has brought so much pain to other people, and that's why his merry men are dead. Little John is dead. Now this little girl is trying to repeat the cycle of vengeance and violence, and Robin Hood is trying to keep her away from that. So the entire film, the rest of it at the nunnery, is just him learning to let go of his anger and accept how terrible of a person he has been throughout his life. We find out that the leper is Guy Gisborne later on, and he tells him, you don't know who I am, you don't remember me, but I'm Guy Gisborne. I went after you, and I learned. He was wounded in a fight with him, and he was brought to the nunnery, to the monastery, and that's where Guy Gisborne he got leprosy, but that's where he learned to let go of all of his past, and he implores Robin Hood to take care of the trees and the herbs that he takes care of at the monastery. He's like, I want you to take care of it because it's they're taking care of something that gives life. Is a therapy
penance,
you need. Penance, exactly. Yeah. So little by little, because at that time people believed if you were wounded or sick that they would bleed you because they thought it was bad blood, so they just cut you and blood went out.
Yeah.
Eventually, it's revealed that Robin Hood killed the main her name Jodie Comer, Sister Bridget. She's she runs the nunnery. Robin Hood. Guy Gisborne tells Robin Hood, you killed her husband. That's why she became a nun. And he doesn't know that. She doesn't know that. Eventually, Robin Hood confesses to her. Robin Hood is just another random victim that Robin Hood killed, not knowing who she was. And it's Guy Gisborne who tells her, do you know who she is, right? Like, she's a nun, and she's a widow because of what you did. So you have to accept that. Robin Hood eventually tells her and asks for forgiveness and says, I think it's time for me to go. And so he asked her to bleed bleed him dry, and she does. She cuts him open, and he slowly bleeds out, and that's the death of Robin Hood.
Damn.
So yeah, so the rest of the film, I thought what we were gonna get was, because Little John's enemies eventually caught up to Little John, killed him, and the nuns brought his daughter, his orphan, to the island. I thought we were gonna get one last. The enemies. Where's Robin Hood? He's on the island? Yeah. Because now he's disappeared.
He's
Nobody
bleeding out, but he's going to fight.
They thought, or he's just they're going to show up on the island, and it's going to come down to, do I defend this little girl and adopt nonviolence and defend the monastery, or do I turn into Old Man Logan and in one last fight take them out? I thought that's what we were going to get. I was kind of hoping that's what we were going to get, but they don't. They just mentioned that the enemies of Robin Hood and Little John are still out there. And that's it. They just kind of drop it after that. So,
bleak.
So it is a bleak movie. It's a very bleak movie. And it's just about acceptance, penance, and understanding who you are and accepting who you are, but trying to change it.
Yeah.
So, overall, it's a good film. Cinematography on it is beautiful. Hugh Jackman kills it like he always does. Jodie Comer is awesome. And, of course, Bill Skarsgård is fucking great. Even the guy who played Guy Gisborne, Murray Bartlett, very good. He was on HBO a lot for Lotus, The White Lotus.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Okay. So really well done.
Did you recommend it?
Definitely. You know what? The opening. Oh, and then talking about brutality of the film, when Little John and Robin Hood take back Little John's farm from like these three guys that have taken it over, because they went there waiting for Little John to show up so they can kill him. There's a scene they just happen to have like a 12-year-old boy who's with them. He just kind of like he's part of the gang or whatever.
Yeah.
He runs out of the house. They kill the three men. This little kid runs across the field, and you just see Robin Hood like sees him. Is like, oh, we can't let him get away. He's gonna go get reinforcements. Robin's like, oh, I know. Just nails him with the arrow in the back of the head. This 12-year-old kid just fucking takes him out. Like doesn't even hesitate. He's like, okay, that's it. The little kid makes it back to his clan, and he's got the arrow through his eye. That's where he dies. In the back of his head through his eye, and that's where he dies. And that's where they find out. That's where he tells his clan, oh, I know where they figured out. Oh, he's at Little John's farm. That's where the clan shows up. And I forgot, I left that important part, excuse me. That clan that Robin Hood and Little John wiped out, he makes it to the island looking for Robin Hood. Robin Hood figures it out and says, instead of killing him, he says, I'm going to give you another chance. If I ever see you come near me again, I'm not going to give you another chance. But it's the only time he's ever spared anybody.
Right.
And lets this kid who's like 17, 18, who Robin Hood has inflicted a lot of pain on because he's killed a lot of his family members. He gives him a second chance, and then right after that's when he decides to like cut himself open and bleed out.
Right.
So again, it's all about redemption and forgiveness.
Yeah.
So yeah, I recommend it. The first half of the movie is really fucking brutal. I was like, oh shit, if this is what we're gonna get, holy shit. It reminded me a lot of The Northman.
Okay.
How brutal that movie could be.
Yeah.
But the second half, there's no action. It's just Robin Hood accepting that he's caused a lot of pain to a lot of people. So
I think it would be great for right when that movie ends, it cuts to Robin Hood Men in Tights of the three guys rapping about like, hey, merry, merry men, and they're all dancing.
That's the Chad cut?
Yeah, that's my cut. Just to be like, I know we're down, guys, it's sad, but hey. I'm like, hey.
Like that?
I mean,
Yeah. Well, that's how the song goes in the
movie.
I
I kind of wish that, I think this movie would be 1,000 times more impactful if it was Kevin Costner.
That would
have been fucking
cool.
great, dude.
You know,
I
love Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, me too.
But the Old Man Logan references, it seems to be like,
it's very heavy throughout the film.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, if you threw in an old Costner.
That'd be sick.
Salty old Costner.
It'd be difficult to separate him from, because in that film, Prince of Thieves, he was a great guy.
But that's the thing, you could say that was the story.
I see
this
what
is
you
the
mean.
reality.
I see what you mean.
You could do that, or to redeem Russell Crowe's movie, make him Robin Hood in this one.
That'd have been interesting.
So we skip the whole story in between, but we get the beginning and then
the tail end.
But listen, this movie, practical effects, it's an A24 film.
They're killing it this year,
dude.
Man. A24 is making all the money this year.
They use actual locations. Everything feels real. It feels heavy. It feels lived in. The monastery. It's amazing. Unfortunately, it's not doing well. The budget was $20 million, which most of that probably went to Bill Skarsgård and Hugh Jackman's salary. But it's only made $6 million, so it's pretty much a financial bump. But it's a good movie. I think it's worth checking out. I don't know if rewatching it is probably not, because there's not a ton that happens at the end. It's just
you
him
add
at the
it to
monastery.
your physical collection?
Maybe if they did do what I was thinking and they were gonna do, which is more people were gonna arrive, and it was gonna be like an Old Man Logan scene of him, defending the monastery, perhaps.
Yeah.
But it's all the action is in the first. And I'm not saying that you need action to make a film.
No.
At all. But it's just the second half of the movie is just him at the monastery, just confronting his past and figuring out that he's a terrible person, and he, the world would be better off without him, and how much pain he's inflicted. Which is powerful, and Hugh Jackman's great, but on the rewatch, it'd probably be, it's a slow movie, is what I'm saying. So I don't know if I'd have to have a physical collection,
Like, with just seeing the trailer, was it misleading to what that movie was actually
Very much so, because I thought it was going to be, I knew it was going to be, okay, because the trailer did a good job saying, this is the real Robin Hood. He's not this, like, altruistic. He's not the legend. He's a fucking piece of shit criminal who stole and murdered, and now it's catching up to him.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what I thought I was going to get. I thought it was going to be a little more
action heavy
in terms of people, again, coming after him more. Now, we pretty much only got that, we got it to an extent, but not to the point where I thought we were going to get it.
Okay.
So I thought that, I understood what they did. Him asking Sister Bridget to bleed him because he feels sorry for what he's done. He feels sorry that he killed her husband. He's a piece of shit. She's the one that has been healing him this entire time, and she's the one that cuts him open. So I got it. But and there is a scene where there's a part where she does cut him open, and the blood is bleeding out. And in the past, when she's healing him, she immediately tamps it down with like a cloth to like stop the bleeding. This time she does it, and she goes to do it, but he's like, no, it's okay. Let me die.
Yeah.
The way he went out, I got it. I was just hoping that there'd be there was definitely heaviness, but I don't know what the right word for it. Maybe more of a poignant ending in terms of the way he lived is the way he died,
Yeah.
Which in this case, he does get, because everybody he's known has died violently.
Yeah.
So he's the one that does get
breaking the cycle.
He's the one that goes out on his own terms. Exactly. Yeah. So I got it. I very well done. I'm not saying it's a problem, but yeah, rewatch would be, it's a very slow film at the second half. So, I still recommend it if you haven't seen it. It's just for the opening scenes, how brutal they are, and how I love, because I do love deconstructed legends. I think it's worth it. So, great. And you see a 12-year-old kid, 10-year-old, whatever he is, like getting an arrow right through the back head. You're like, I was like in the theater, like, holy! Everybody in the theater was like, whoa, because it's so unexpected, especially from today's movies.
Yeah. Well, no, like the Furious, what we saw right in the beginning of the movie, the kid gets an arrow to the face.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody in the theater was like, whoa.
Well, that's that's a Asian film. I'm talking about like an American film. No, but shy away from violence towards
kids.
But
no, I mean, movies in general, you rarely get them actually killing a kid like that.
You don't see a kid in jeopardy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So that's why I'm like, because like I at least a lot of foreign films that I've seen, I've never seen a kid in that much danger where he immediately dies that. So it's always like something saves it or they just fake out.
Yeah.
But like so no, I think that would be interesting to check out but like it's weird because like the filming of that and then the filming of let's say like another downer of a movie like Schindler's List. People still revisit Schindler's List, but would you? You wouldn't. Obviously, it's probably not in the same echelon. Obviously, but like even though this movie is a downer, it's not something you'd probably return to because the filmmaking wasn't that spectacular compared to like Schindler's or another sad movie.
Yeah, I think Schindler's List is because it's a real thing.
Well, there's that, yes.
Yeah, so it's I think the rewatch on it's more impactful because it's something that did actually
happen.
Right. This is obviously it's a legend, so they're retelling it. It's a good redemption story. So I'm not saying that I won't ever rewatch it again, but again, it gets very slow in the second half. So it's like, if you've already watched it once, to me, I don't know what the rewatch value would be.
I see.
You know what I'm saying? Because like it's just the first half again, is just to see the type of cinema that goes, the type of cinema and the type of filming that goes in the first half.
Yeah.
Just the brutal fight at Little John's farm is just like holy shit. That's worth watching.
Okay.
Just to see how much went into it. But yeah, how much they fuck Robin Hood up in that fight. So yeah, but he's able to get the upper hand, but it's just he's almost dead by the end of it. So because he gets stabbed up so badly.
Yeah.
So so I would still check it out. Just if you haven't seen it, just check it out. It's a good film.
Okay.
You're gonna like it. Also, the X-Men '97 season 2, the first 3 episodes were released on Disney Plus. You haven't watched it yet, Chad?
No, not yet.
Yeah. No. Watson, what do you think?
It's been an interesting watch. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of drama backstage with this. I mean, after season 1, they fired the head writer and showrunner because he had an OnlyFans page, and Disney didn't like that, and I definitely feel within these first 3 episodes, I mean, there's a lot of like pretty much kicks off right off the get-go with the teams are now it splits the X-Men into 3 teams basically. You have one set in the future, one in the past, and then the remnants in modern day like Cable and Jubilee and Sunspot. And so it kind of they dedicate an episode to each group.
Yeah.
And
which is awesome. The opening for X Factor.
Yeah. Well, I love each opening has been a little different.
Yeah.
So it's like they show the characters that they're going to be focusing on each episode, and it is missing that little, like, there was a flair in the first season. You know, like you think back to like how they opened that season with like Cyclops coming in and using his optic blast to like zap away from people, and like there was some, like, every episode seemed to have something super cool in it.
Yeah.
And we don't seem to get that this
It's a little slower this season.
It's a little slower.
Yeah.
We get a really good fight scene with Jubilee and X Factor.
Yeah.
Because she joins X Force. So you have Cable's group in the second episode. And she has a good, like, fight scene on a helicarrier, basically.
Yeah, that was great. I love it.
She's getting, basically they're taking mutants in. And X Factor's working with the government to kind of place these mutants. And she's kind of coming with X Force to get to liberate them.
love that scene, yeah.
It's great.
Because you finally see her with... Jubilee's always been billed as kind of like this character with lacking confidence.
Yeah.
Because she's been the entire time because of her power, she's like, stop. They're like, stop touching things.
Yeah.
Stop being yourself.
And after the
so
Mojo episode last season, like, this is kind of her, like, with her fully powered up version of her.
Right. Because that's... Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to go off of... since you said there wasn't, like, anything... seems to be that amazing that happened in these first 3 episodes... Would you stay? Because I remember I thought I heard the showrunner who got let go. Yeah. He said he still had written part of season 2. So does it feel different in the writing?
What I heard is they trashed all of that.
Oh, they did?
That's what I heard. Is they rewrote it all.
Oh, really?
From basically his ideas, because I don't think they wanted anything to do with. I don't think they want to give him credit for anything.
Oh, okay.
That's a bummer. And I know, like a lot of the strong visuals from the first season was like based on like what he would do with action figures as a kid, which I thought was awesome.
Yeah, no, that's really cool.
And so like we get this season, and it's a lot of character development on. It's a lot of, like we get to see like kind of the birth of Cable.
Okay.
In the first episode set in the future, we get to see a lot of the start of Apocalypse. Like, as we go back to 5000 BC, we get to see him in ancient Egypt versus Kang, which is kind of cool. But there's barely any, you don't really get any Wolverine in the first 3 episodes.
No.
You know, you don't get to see a lot of the X-Men do anything really of that note, like, other than the Jubilee section. I mean, you get to see, like, Jean and Scott, work with a young Cable, but he doesn't know that they're his parents for a little bit.
Yeah, for a while, yeah.
And they have like a little chase sequence, but it doesn't... I remember the chase sequence in the first season with them in the car versus the Sentinels, and how amazing that was.
Really good, yeah.
And we're not getting that yet. I mean, it's still early days. It's the first 3 episodes, and it's a lot of setup.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see where they go.
Right. So far the most exciting thing has been the Jubilee fight, I feel.
Yeah.
Because I was going back to, I remember the original series. Remember she was in foster care. Remember, and she touches the VCR and explodes. Yeah. And so the entire and they kick her out of the house because of that. So like this entire time she's like this lacking confidence because of her power. She's kind of like this timid thing to an extent.
Well, they can't make it fun of her. Oh, she makes like sparkles.
Exactly. Sparkles, and then we finally see her like embrace who she is. And she does this thing where she's surrounded by guards, and she kind of like curls into a ball and explodes. Yeah. And she's like shoots out this force field that blasts everybody back. Yeah, good.
And you see awesome, the rest of X Force are like Sunspot's like worried about her. Like everyone's like, oh, should we go back for Jubilee? And Cable's the one that's like, I think she can handle it.
Fine, yeah.
Yeah, and you just see like her finally embrace her power, which is great.
She jumps off the helicarrier without a parachute, knowing that Sunspot will be there for her. It's so well done, man.
It's a really good episode. That second episode is fire. It's good.
It's great.
Nice.
Is there? Do you notice something different about the animation? It doesn't look the same as the first season.
I think it's one of those things of
it looks cleaner.
Yeah, I think they didn't spend as much because the first season is always going to be compared to the original 90s, of
course,
and that was so heavily shaded. Yeah, so they brought an aspect of that into that first season, I think, but it still was toned down a lot. Right. And I feel this is toned down again. Yeah, yeah. And either they're going for a cleaner look, or just they didn't have enough time.
They went a cheaper route.
I don't. Yeah, it does look like they're.
It's like more of an Archer looking.
Right.
Animation.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is it going to be another 10 episode season?
I think so. Yeah. There was a listing of all the episodes.
Interesting. Okay. Because I would wonder, if they're limiting the episodes again, how would?
Yeah, I mean, they've already been confirmed for season 3 and 4.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they said don't worry about it not coming through, but
true. But I mean, if they're already greenlighting all these seasons, and it seems like no matter what, they've got a cheaper way of making it.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, okay, they're set into Disney's factory setting. Now they're like, okay, now we could just shove these out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So hopefully that doesn't destroy the story they're trying to tell, or the quality of the story. But and that's interesting that the artwork is a little different from the first season.
Yeah, it definitely seems a little more cleaned up, but yeah, I mean, so far, yeah, like Watson said, it's early days. We'll see how it goes. Bless you.
Thank you.
Friends of the show, Eric and Julia Lewald, are executive producers on it. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad to see them.
Still on board with the show. So that's
putting
great.
In work,
great always to hear.
I know, and so it's awesome to see them working with it again.
Yeah, it looks like the listing is of 9 episodes.
9, okay.
Yeah, yeah. I'm excited to see what else they got in store.
And I love that they're really leaning into storylines that were in the comic books after the 90s and kind of retrofitting it within there. Like the whole Rise of Apocalypse stuff was, I think, in the comics in the early 2000s, where they showed him as Abner, the whole storyline. Mm-hmm. So I'm interested to see where they go with it.
Have they shown? Because I remember, I don't know if it was back then that Apocalypse created or found Sinister and recruited him, or if it's a little bit later in his life.
Didn't they do that? They did that with because they showed Sinister's origins in the original series.
Yeah, so that's why I'm wondering, is he back in the Egyptian time or not? Or,
Sinister?
Yeah.
No.
No, he's.
Because or like a younger version of it, because I remember he's making Cable to kill Apocalypse, or at least that's how the story usually goes.
Sinister is an immortal though, isn't
he? He's from the 1800s. He was a human in the 1800s that had basically changed his whole body chemistry to become a mutant.
Right. Yeah.
But at some point, Apocalypse recruits him. So
yeah.
That's why I was like, oh, it probably wouldn't be Egyptian time, but I forgot it was 1800s. He was started his chemistry.
I mean, I don't know. It's interesting. I want to see more villains. I would love to see Sinister back.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the underrated villains.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on it, and so far, it's been exciting. I'm again, like I said, I'm excited to see what they come up with. So I hope they do introduce more villains.
Bring Gambit back.
Bring it back.
Well, I think it's pretty much gonna happen.
No, I'm sure. Since this whole season's Apocalypse based, he's gonna bring back his what are they called, the
Horsemen?
Horsemen,
yeah.
And Gambit's gonna be one of them because. In the comics, he does have Gambit as a
that's true.
One of them.
And there is a vacancy for a Horseman now. So.
Shit! Yeah, you're right. It's probably gonna be Gambit. It's gonna be awesome. And House of the Dragon season 3 also dropped. I know you guys don't follow Game of Thrones as much, but so far it's pretty well done. We're now in the midst of the Targaryen civil war between Rhaenyra Targaryen and Aegon Targaryen. She was originally promised the crown. And as by her father, the king, and as he was dying, he just happened to mention Aegon, he's actually talking about, I think, his older brother who died. But his son is also named Aegon because that's one of the Targaryen traditions.
Whoopsie.
Yeah. So his wife, he's like in this stupor before he dies. Mm-hmm. He just happens to mutter Aegon's name, and she interprets that to, oh, you mean you want your son to rule instead of your daughter? So, which is, obviously that's a big that's a big point of contention in the show is there's never been a female queen, and a lot of men in Westeros are not going to accept a woman queen as the ruler, as the regent. Right. Yeah. And of course his wife's family, who's also the hand of the king, who's like the advisor and close second of the king, or have been scheming for a long time. He married his daughter into the royal family. They've been scheming for a long time to get their kids on the throne. And so when the king dies, Rhaenyra says, "Well, I'm the rightful ruler." Aegon's and her half brother, Aegon says, "No, I am." And then the Targaryens.
That's Matt Smith's character.
Matt Smith is her husband. Rhaenyra's, who's also her uncle. Yes, and because the Targaryens do a lot of inbreed. Yeah. And Aegon, so her half brother, who is the usurper, quote unquote, marries his sister. So because
they like to keep it in the family. Wiggity wiggity wiggity.
Exactly. The first episode was an hour and a half long, and it's a lot of people have an issue with the House of Dragons because it kind of moves slowly. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of characters. I've also heard that a lot of people don't like any of the characters because they're all assholes to an extent, which is true. Mm-hmm. I'm rooting more for Rhaenyra because she was the promised.
But I mean, I hate to say it, but don't we know she's not going to take over?
Well, so that's the issue is because we already know. We know she lost. She lost.
Right.
War.
There's no.
However, I don't. Maybe they're doing something in terms of like, oh, she actually won, but they changed the history. I don't know.
Yeah, when Cersei's, they say there's never been a female ruler.
Exactly. Yeah. So, however, they are doing an interesting thing where the first episode is an hour and a half. It's just war across Westeros, and the battle scenes are pretty intense. They use dragons. There's a hand-to-hand.
I was like,
use
those freaking dragons.
Yeah, the dragons are there. It's
House really well done. Dragons.
The second episode, there's a huge naval battle, and again they use dragons in that. And
sea dragons?
Sea dragon. Well, there is a sea dragon character.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a guy who's one of the Targaryens.
Oh. And he's got a Scottish accent.
Yeah.
I'm on the water. That was a shitty Scottish. Sorry, I apologize.
How to Train Your Dragon show?
Yeah. But
come to Burke.
One of the things I love about the show is that nobody's safe. So Rhaenyra's kids, her two sons, have been killed. One died in the last season. One died in this season. Pretty quickly too. He's a dragon rider. His during the sea battle, his dragon gets hit with one of those like big scorpion, which is like huge crossbows.
Oh yeah.
And it's attached to like this anchor that weighs the dragons down, pulls him in the water, and all of a sudden he just starts taking arrows. It's very quick. It's just he's in the water and an enemy ship passes by and he pelts him with arrows and that's it. It's like holy shit. Like her losses are piling up. She also lost her aunt, who was also a dragon rider. She's lost 2 dragons, 2 sons, and in this last
no one wants to be in this show.
No, and this last episode, she actually gets to the Queen Regent abandons the city, allows her to come in, and she takes the Iron Throne. And there's a scene where she has to kill Otto, who was the old hand of the king, and the father of the Queen Regent, the mother of her brother. Yeah. So, and she has to do it herself because they're in the throne room. There's a million people. She's just taken power, and she has to do it herself. She's never killed anybody. She's not a warrior.
Right.
She knows kind of how to swing a sword, but not really. And so she has to cut his. And the actress who portrays her does such a good job of just being so nervous. It's like there's snot running out of her nose. She's crying, and she goes to swing on Otto, hits him in the back. And at first he asked Matt Smith, "Can you do it?" Because Matt Smith's character, who's can you do it? Because he's a warrior. He is a warrior. And she's like, and Matt Smith tells her like, "No, you have to do it. Like you have to let people know that you're in charge."
Yeah.
Hits him in the back, and then she takes another swing, cuts his head off. And that's when they capture the Queen Regent, who was her family friend. They grew up together before turning into enemies. She walks in and sees her father, his head decapitated.
Which kind of goes right with like season 1 of Game of Thrones. Correct. With Ned Stark going like, make sure it's clean.
Make sure it's clean, exactly. Really well done. I love what's going on so far. The last seasons, people have had issues with them. They're slow. People are assholes. True. But it's really picking up this time. I've always liked her. Matt Smith plays a total fucking dick, for sure.
I heard he's great in it.
All of Alicent Hightower's, that's the Queen Regent. All her kids are assholes, and then there's a scene where her son Alicent Hightower takes Harrenhal, which is that melted castle that the dragons destroyed way back during the conquest. He goes in there. He lands with his dragon, and there's a few of Rhaenyra's soldiers there. Dude, he just fucks them up. It's so good. The fight scene is so well done. Matt Smith has a good fight scene because it's just him and Rhaenyra that go into the Red Keep because the Green, Alicent Hightower's abandoned it and agreed to give over King's Landing to her. They go in there, and there's a few. Her men have been ordered to stand down. Alicent Hightower's, the Greens, have been ordered to stand down, but there's a few that resist for some reason. And Matt Smith, he's the only one protecting her, and he just fucks him up. It's so well done, man. Such a great. The fight scenes in this are like leaps and bounds. So well done.
Nice.
So yeah, I recommend it. I know it's a lot to get into, but if you guys haven't seen House of Dragon, this season is chef's kiss.
Do they have the Raven in the show at all? Like
they do not. That's that entire thing. That's a promise. The prophecy of the prince who was promised. That is something that the Targaryens know of, but because it's related to the White Walkers who haven't been active for 1,000 years or whatever it is, it doesn't come up. Now it's mentioned. It has been the prince who was promised is mentioned. Every Targaryen king, when he takes the throne, is let in on the secret. By the way, there's this prophecy of the prince was promised. There's White Walkers. We don't know where they're at, but they're out there somewhere, and that's why the wall exists.
That they're going to save that for the next spin-off show. That's So Three-Eyed Raven.
Well, I'm thinking. I was like, this would be a cool dynamic.
Hold on, give it a minute to breathe.
No, we can move
no,
on.
we got it.
Okay, we're moving on. We're moving on.
I think it would be great if it was like to introduce every spin-off miniseries of like for the night show that just happened. Like it would have the Raven introduce the story and be like, and let me look into this portal.
Like Tales in the Crypt.
Like like
that's almost as bad as Three.
And another story, but it wouldn't be like one episode, a different. It'd be like one mini series is like one story, and then it's like, and then he closes his little Raven book, and it's like, now we know.
What does a Raven book look like? What does a Raven book look like? Covered in feathers?
Yeah, there's like feathers on the outside, and when it opens, like.
You can do the sound effect.
Yeah, no, I would do. And then like sometimes some of those zombies in that tree, wherever he's at on that fucking hill, and then they bring him the book to. Oh, thank you, and they give him a cup of some tea to with.
So it's the Crypt Keeper base bringing him the.
But yeah, it's pretty
because he's a zombie.
Yeah, and then and he's just telling stories of
Westeros.
Of the Westeros. Yeah. I was like, why not use the characters you got? You got the characters.
Okay.
Use them.
No, there's no magic in this aside from the dragons to an extent.
Oh yeah, world with dragons but no magic, real fun.
Yeah,
awesome. You got blood magic. Where's that? Where's that in the show?
That's no.
Yeah. No. She's not alive yet.
She's not alive.
That religion not.
She might be alive because
what was the religion called?
What
was the religion called?
The fire god.
Something
like
that.
The sons, something of the sons.
Yeah, something like that. No, there's no. This is all pretty much just.
I'm like, why don't you connect your world, George R. Martin?
So this is supposed to be, speaking of magic, this is supposed to be right after this is when the dragons start to die off.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of them are lost in the battle, and then they're having issues like.
They're going the old Disney route.
Yeah.
Like, magic disappeared.
Oh, and they're having the dragons.
They're supposed to get smaller and dumber, right? Like
smaller and dumber, but they're also in this. They alluded to in the first season that they're having trouble hatching new dragons. Yeah. It's already beginning. Yeah. So once the Dance of the Dragons,
I can't wait till they get to really dumb small.
You know what? I heard that story already.
And here's my dragon.
Well, and then one of her kids, Rhaenyra's kids, rides a really tiny dragon because the dragons choose them. Yeah, based to an extent. So he has already a small dragon that's like dwarfed compared to the other ones.
Yeah, we already got this story in Children of Men. Thanks, Game of Thrones.
Exactly.
I didn't even hear about. We're not able to have dragons anymore. Yeah. Come on.
So this is the end of the. This is the end of the beginning of the end of the Age of Magic. So
yeah,
and then once Daenerys pops up is when it reawakens, I guess.
Yeah.
So, because then that's when the White Walkers come out.
Okay, you can't just have the Night King show up and be like, "Yo, all your family that just died, they're back.
Bam, they're back. Yeah.
They're back,
and the dragons. Boom. Exactly.
Yeah, because Tyrion even I think he says that in Game of Thrones where he's like, I walked these halls when I was a kid and they were filled with dragon skulls that were all small.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and then he's his father, Tywin.
Yeah.
He says when he used to be the Hand of the King, he says there used to be a dragon. The last skull of the dragon was right here next to the throne. It was the size of an apple.
Yeah.
So,
and that's when the Raven goes, and that's another story, and it goes to that time.
You're just not dropping that, huh?
It keeps going into anytime someone introduces something, it's like that reminds me of another story, and he goes into that
and he laughs like the Crypt Keeper.
But he looks because he was old and gray, so he kind of left like the noose guy from Robin Hoodmen in tights. Is this the sign?
And finally, the Digger trailer came out starring Tom Cruise. I mean, it was weird.
It's a teaser.
Well, so if you guys haven't seen it, what they do is they just basically boil down his entire career in quick cuts.
Yeah, it's
and
a
it seems to
3-minute
be,
stroke fest.
Chad has a different opinion on this. I think it's because people have been, especially Steven Spielberg, going back to him saying he's the last movie star. Yeah. So I think they were trying to like play on that, like, oh, look at all the stuff he's done, and he's got this new
the
thing.
size of an apple.
Chad, you have a different theory, right?
Yeah, well,
Which probably both of us.
It's a mixture of both. Like, he's had a long career of characters, and he's played some very similar ones, and then he's branched out to a few different things here and there. But I think this is an accumulation to this one new role and a possible Oscar win, because Inarritu got Leo his Oscar. So
well, that's kind of the way that they've braced this commercial is basically like you've seen Tom do all this work. Yeah, you haven't even seen what he's able to do in this. Yeah, like this is completely different.
This is not the Tom Cruise you already
used
know.
to.
He's not going to be doing Top Gun cocktail stuff in this.
Yeah, he's like you saw what he could do as Les Grossman. Now you're going to see him as the Digger,
right?
Yeah.
And like I'm intrigued. Like I can't. Like I'll be able to kind of give a better opinion on it when we see a full trailer of the Digger. Obviously they still don't want to reveal what he looks like, but he's obviously in prosthetics or something.
He's got like a bowl cap.
So I think it's going to be fun regardless what it is, because of at least the scene where it's like we shoot him like bang 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 bang, and he's kind of that electric Tom Cruise, but he's going to be playing some sort of a weird character.
Well, and all the scenes from the movie look like they're in like boardrooms.
Right.
So
I'm like, what is this?
It does look like he's the kind of oil tycoon or something.
He's like ruthless type of guy. So it's
like There Will Be Blood type, but more of like a dark comedy.
But I'm worried I'm not worried, but I'm just like, unless we see what really is going on in this movie, I feel a lot of people are setting up for a lot of people to be like, oh, this is going to be like a romp or something like that. Like, we don't really know what this movie is. Like, is it a drama? Is it comedy? Is it?
Seems like it's a dark comedy.
I could see that, and then, like I could see that kind of all those clips of his older movies being a marketing ploy of, since he's into Scientology, like he's got people that work for him that kind of like, hey, this role is kind of different from what you're used to. I think we should market it in a way to bring people to it, instead of like, yeah, you loved all this, you're gonna love this, or something. So I'm sure there's all these hands in it trying to market it. But I say we really can't have a full opinion on it until we get a full.
Yeah, I want a full trailer with a story. Element.
Yeah.
So.
Are you guys gonna go see it?
Yeah, no,
I am.
I'm a Tom Cruiser.
You're on cruise control.
I'm on cruise control, baby. I missed a few here and there, but I was brought back with Mission Impossible. So
I'd say for the most part, I've seen most things he's done. So
Also, I think he's doing an Edge of Tomorrow too, or something at some point. Or
Okay.
I heard. That.
Oh yes, I did.
I don't know if that's fully
I did hear that
confirmed.
Too.
But
I don't know how you do a sequel to that.
Yeah, I know.
Unless you're like, we're doing the day again and again.
We're going to their home planet now.
Right.
We're going to bring the war to them.
Exactly.
Like and then finally, Jackass Best and Last was released. I think we all saw it. It's Jackass. Although there was some heartfelt moments. Yeah. Johnny Knoxville getting teared up.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh, I feel sad because their last movie. And there's a great scene where, in between all the clips that they're doing, and they ask him like, is this really the last one? Because you say that every single film.
Yeah. Right.
And he says, but it is. And he gets
his
choked
body
up.
can't do it anymore.
No,
Yeah, it's just
after that last one, he got hurt pretty bad too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But no, I think they needed. I feel bad for the new cast because they just came in,
right?
And now, I mean, people like most of the stunts of the newer stunts was still with the older guys. So
this time,
yeah. Like I mean, like you might have gotten the one, I forget the big chubby guy that Preston, the new guy, and like actually no, there was
the new chubby guy,
the new chubby guy, and then there's and then there's the blonde guy who's like really not making fun of him, but he's comes off as very dumb.
Yeah.
And like they take advantage of that.
Yeah.
But and then the girl, she only did like one thing where she sticks her tongue out.
She didn't do anything else. She was kind of standing in the background.
Yeah,
there was something she did because she was like covered in something. It looked like she got hurt, but they cut it from the film.
Yeah, I don't like
sure.
in the past one she didn't have any big stunt
Not
either.
really,
So
yeah.
I was just curious of what she was there for the cast. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't think if they did like a new cast version, like a Jackass: The Next Generation, it would do any.
No, because
well,
it's Johnny
it
Knoxville. You
Right.
Like if this movie did not have Johnny Knoxville in it, I don't think anyone would.
Well,
really.
and it's a different time where it's like most of the stuff you see on TikTok now.
Right.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Right.
So it's like, do you need to do a big staged show anymore?
No.
Like, not really. You know, like I mean, it came from the viral videos of the day were literally videotapes that were spread around.
Yeah.
And like it was, skateboarding tapes of people doing dumb stuff.
Yeah.
And so they made that into a show, and it's
Right.
like, but now we're on the other end where we're kind of gone back to that viral thing.
Well, I mean, the fact that like the last one, that didn't mean like I never heard him saying that was going to be the last one, the
Right.
previous one, because they brought in new people. I was like, oh, they're planning
Yeah,
to keep
yeah,
going.
exactly.
And like I think. You do need to end it at some point. And this was a good way because they showed some never before seen stunts before too.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, like it opened with him like firing a gun into his bullet.
Which
Yeah.
was
That
they
insane.
weren't never allowed to show that for a long time
Yeah.
because they
yeah.
were like scared of people recreating
Yeah.
it. So
And
that was a famously lost stunt for a
Yeah.
long time.
That and the one in
That
the box
shit's
where
insane.
they duct tape him up and throw him down the stairwell.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus Christ. But no, like it was interesting just to see some of that and some of the dialogue in between the clips they were showing of like them talking to each other about the experience of Jackass and stuff like that. So it was cool to see. Like obviously that would be something they could put on YouTube or online as
Yeah.
well. But it was cool to go to the theater one last time. And they gave us that one crazy experience of
The
things
opening
blowing
ceremony.
up,
Yeah, and the
or the
opening,
opening,
yeah.
and then
Yeah.
also the
The
finale
ending.
as
Yes.
well. And like, yeah, it was cool. It was fun to see. I think I wasn't expecting much from it, and I was still surprised at some things. And it was a fun audience too, seeing it with
Yeah,
people.
it was.
So
And they showed, like we just said, they showed a lot of the old stunts, which were
it's crazy.
It's crazy to see them.
25-year
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why I was bringing it up,
Yeah.
just to see how young they were when they started. They're in their early 20s.
Yeah.
Now they're in their 50s. It's
Mhm.
crazy. So, it was it was good to see the old cast together. I was surprised how many more stunts they did because the last movie they didn't do a lot.
No.
They let the younger cast take a lot of. This one, was them putting themselves on the line again.
I think
was like, wow.
they knew it was their last hurrah.
Exactly, yeah, and I think that's what Johnny Knoxville was like. It's
We
got to
gotta
be the
do
last
it.
one. If we do it again, we'll be on our 60s.
or if they wait too long, they
Right.
would be too old to.
Yeah,
do some of
even
that
if they
stuff.
do, let's say it's another 5, they'll be pushing 60 by that
Yeah.
point.
But if anything,
He's
I think
not coming back from that. They get
Yeah, a
seriously
lot of
hurt.
those guys,
Yeah.
their bodies are already.
Yeah.
Although, if anything, I think Johnny Knoxville could host the younger people. Like,
Yeah.
That's
if
what I was
everyone
thinking
else
too.
is,
Yeah,
they could be like,
exactly,
"Hi,
Yeah.
welcome to Jackass," and then it just cuts to them doing the stunts
Right,
and stuff,
right.
and then he'll laugh at them or
Yeah,
or
it
zap
wouldn't
them
be
with
the
a-
same because like you were just saying, it wouldn't be the same without Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah.
Just like it wouldn't be the same without them doing something,
Yeah.
or just Johnny Knoxville and everybody else.
Yeah.
Because people are like, well, where's the other?
Yeah.
Because
Where's Wee Man? Where's Preston?
If
Yeah,
any,
no.
I mean, if
Well,
anything,
people still wanted Bam Margera to be involved. And
Yeah, I
it's
know.
like-
Yeah,
yeah.
that's He was in this because from the last
The clips,
the clips. So
but I think he made an agreement. Like, yeah, you guys could show the clips,
Yeah,
but
but
yeah.
he's
they-
still on non
yeah,
terms
he's not
with
talking
Johnny.
to them right now. Yeah. So
And he had. I'm not sure if he's recovered yet, but he had a big drug problem. So.
Oh,
he's in and out. It
Yeah.
seems because he just
His parents
yeah.
were there at the opening.
Oh yeah, they were.
They were.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because
And
I guess
he
they're all still
wasn't there,
friends.
but,
Yeah,
you
they're
know.
all still
Yeah.
friends with the original
Yeah.
crew. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean you can watch a lot of different podcasts where he just is just shit talking the
Yeah.
That
But I mean,
sucks.
if anything, like if they did more movies, it could be the older guys just doing pranks on the younger guys. Like
Right,
they don't have to
right.
do the stunt. It's just like they
yeah,
can
it's
still
just
be
them
there.
talking. Yeah. Or
So
something
yeah,
like
it
that,
doesn't. I mean, that's the thing. It's weird that they're can't ending it. It's like you
Right.
could still keep it going, but you won't be there to do the stunts.
And
You'll be there.
It did seem like the original cast was like, let's do that.
Yeah.
Like let's just keep going, but we're not gonna be putting ourselves around. So we'll just be
Right.
in the background. And
But is that-
Johnny does not want that.
Well, it's like,
because it doesn't
and
seem like
does
it's
the
the
audience
same.
want that.
Exactly.
They-
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know.
I mean, Jackass is really the people who grew up on it.
Right.
Like I don't see
Right.
anyone younger than
No.
us really watching this stuff.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was sad to see a lot of stuff from like Ryan Dunn.
Oh,
They
yeah.
showed a lot of that
Yeah.
stuff. You know, they showed clips of
Wild
him.
Boy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, they showed clips of Bam Margera up there. Yeah, so it was sad to see. You know, it was just how long we've been with these guys. You know, the stuff that they've gone through.
Guys, I
It's
think
just, you know,
I think getting older sucks.
does suck,
Is that what
yeah.
I'm learning
It does
from
seem like
watching
that,
this?
huh?
It's like
Yeah.
we're mortal, and someday
Mm-hmm.
our eyes will close and never reopen.
Not for me. I'm eternal, baby. Made a deal. Made a deal.
And again, I also felt bad for the new cast because at one point, Poopies, who's one of the new guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He like breaks down. He's like, man, we just started, and he just like kind of, I'm gonna miss you guys. He starts
Yeah.
breaking down. It's like they've done 2 movies,
yeah.
Right.
and nobody really cares about them. And
No,
you know,
and, yeah,
it's,
there's no
not
real-
in terms of like Jackass, you know.
No, because you'd think they would start another show or something
Right.
with
Yeah.
the new guys,
Yeah.
but I don't think.
But
it is.
MTV's gone too, so it's like
Yeah, exactly. Where
you
they
know,
gonna
there's
put,
no
yeah.
show
Yeah.
Exactly.
to build an audience off of the new people. So
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
Yeah.
Jackass. Rest in peace.
we salute you.
Yeah.
Thank you for
absolutely.
all the great memories, and thank you, Johnny Knoxville. Come on the podcast whenever you want.
Exactly.
We'll
You
do a
can
stunt.
Kick me in the
Just
nuts.
don't tase me though, please.
Oh yeah, remember he was tasing Eric Andre.
And then Eric Andre tased him back, and he
Tased
just
back,
took
yeah.
it like a Terminator.
yeah.
Just went after him even harder.
He doesn't even
Yeah.
feel it anymore.
Nope,
he's like,
all
I've been
his
tased so
nerves
many
are dead.
times.
Yeah.
All his nerves are dead.
Yeah,
not gonna
he's
feel
got
shit,
nothing
yeah.
left.
Yeah, so check it out. It's fun. It's a fun movie. The clips are great. The Escape Room from Hell was a lot of fun, that's an old one, but still it was a lot of fun to see that again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to take us out, Chad?
All right. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of Enter the Nerdom. As we say here, obviously, well, if you aren't already liking and subscribing and following us on all the platforms, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, and
I'd say also rate and review us if you can on your
Yes.
pod catcher of choice.
even if it's a bad review.
Spotify.
yeah, we'll take
YouTube.
anything.
Yeah.
But
Please.
it does help the algorithms and
Yep.
get us out there to other people.
Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts.
Yes, and yes. And as we say here, and enter the Nerdom, exit the
We did Supergirl, Disclosure Day.
just thank you. I was like, I need
House of the Dragon.
my old brain.
Searching.
Jackass, Death of Robin Hood.
Enter the Kryptonite Sun, or
Exit.
exit. Sorry, exit. That. Yeah, you don't want to be entering that. It's a little hot. A little hot for.
Or just, wait half an hour and the yellow sun won't be around.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's true.
You'll be
yeah.
fine.
You'll be
Yeah.
fine. You'll be fine.
There you go.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.